said, you know, I'd like a little pussy. She said, me too. Mine's as big as a house. You see, she wanted a littler one because hers was as big as a house.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his YouTube debut, Chris C.
What's up, everybody? How we doing?
Long time no stream.
It's great to see you all, gents. I'm actually kind of nervous, anxiety here, but yeah, it's awesome to be with you all. I'm honored. I appreciate it. Thank you a lot.
You picked the right night. Chris asked me about 2 weeks ago about joining one of our streams. Chris,
I just appreciate it. Just a quick.
I'm going to be totally honest with everybody here in the stream tonight. I am completely inebriated. I have asked.
Maybe you saw me drinking the twisted tea there. That's what it was. You know, I was drinking that, celebrating 44th birthday. Not 45th. My mom had to recorrect me on that. So it's 44th birthday, like a week or so ago. So receding hair, that's why I'm wearing the hat.
44th, you're so a fucking baby, dude. I'm coming for my 52nd birthday. I'll be 52nd on May 19th.
Love it.
So you're a kid. You're a baby.
I appreciate that. Give me a second here. I'm just getting what I recently got. Maybe you saw the picture on Instagram.
Full disclosure, I'm completely fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. Brad is backing me up on reading the chats if I get too fucked up, but I'm a professional. And
yeah,
I'm gonna be good here. I'm good.
I've got control of the stream. I got the in button within reach.
Brad is a complete backup for Fox Movie Dungeon. He has got my back, but I am gonna do fine here tonight, guys. I'm gonna do fine.
Love it.
So before I get completely,
so here's the slip right here.
YouTube.
Like I say, Walmart did not have this. Only DVD. Give me a break. But yeah, it's right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have yet to see that movie.
Of course.
I am.
Yes, because this right here.
I do have this. I do have that. But I'm holding off of that. I've not seen that yet. I'm holding off for the 4K, whatever. Maybe overseas or I don't know.
Right, exactly.
So
we'll see how it works. But you're right, you're right, Anthony, about the you know, they don't match. You know what I mean? I said, yeah, right. I noticed that. I noticed that.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, yeah, all good.
Alan, you got your mic on?
I don't know, do I?
It sounds like you're using like a computer mic. It doesn't sound like your mic's on.
Let me check my settings. Hold on.
I'm gonna start going through the chat here. Caveman Movies and More. What's going on, man? Yeah, hit the button.
All right, how about now?
There we go.
I can still hear you, but it's still a little lower than it normally is. Johnny, what's going on, man?
Yeah, that's the. So you got the 1, 2, 3 right there with the Cinedigm releases, but then you got the C on this one and not the C on the other two. You got the blue bar at the top here, not on the other two.
Yeah, the call had that, the C up in the top and stuff like that. That's another great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that they're not uniform like that. Chris C saying hey to everybody. Johnny saying what's up to everybody. We're saying hey. Holland's here. Yeah, we can get started now.
Oh, okay. The man is here.
Oh yeah. Let's see. The Derby. Oh yeah. K-Man lives in Kentucky. The Derby week's there. Yeah. Brent Madison. Hi guys. Can't believe another VS announcement is around the corner already. Yeah, every month.
Dude, I know. I was gonna say it's like it's not even a
they got monthly titles, so
yeah, it doesn't even feel like an
event.
But
Brad, the settings should be right now. Does the sound sound any different? Because right now the settings are how they always are.
It kind of sounds lower than normally. I don't know if that. I don't know if
I got the settings sound exactly what they always are.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, it's a little muffled. Maybe. I mean, we can hear you. It's just not as. It's not normally. Normally, it's louder.
Yeah, I got the settings set right.
Shocked! I just thought of it. Just give me 187. Just give me 187 4K. I'd love to see it come from Versus. I would just love that.
Yeah,
it's an underrated movie. Samuel L. Jackson, probably the best role I've seen him play.
Yeah, he plays a teacher in that. It's like a stand and deliver type thing.
Yep.
Chrissy, the Raw as War can begin. Yeah. Oh yeah. Brett Medicine, love the countdown. Yep. We needed extra time. We're waiting on some guys.
So speaking of Brett Madison, he's the one that mentioned this website to me. I got this shirt here. And
yeah, it's pretty bad.
He's the one that mentioned the website. And yeah, the shirt is fantastic, by the way. This is the one that I ordered. I ordered one to make sure it was cool, and then I was going to order. I got like 5 more in my cart. I'm going to order. So,
let's see. All Notes says it's going to be Showgirls 2 for VS. Very likely. Brent Madison, I think Killer Clowns will be in October. Somebody's going to do a Killer Clowns 4K. I don't know who's going to do it, but it's somebody. With the game coming out, it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. There's so much merchandise for it now, too. It's like, this is a great time to have
it's never been more popular.
Yeah, absolutely. Spirit Halloween like loads up on Killer Clown stuff. I've got the statues and all that stuff in the back. I mean, it's crazy how popular it is now.
Guns and pies and all kinds of shit.
Yep.
Mel from My Killer Podcast, I remember when she went there, I think she was the one that got the gun that they all have and stuff like that too. I'm like,
candy gun. Yeah.
Yeah. Ken Carlson, what's up? Ken Carlson, have there been any more hints on the VS titles? You know, I stopped worrying about those fucking hints after that last picture like they released where it was like it looked like sperm or whatever and it wasn't related to any of the titles at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's no point even. Might as well just wait. Let's come. You know, whatever it is, it'll be here.
Everybody thought it was going to be the seed of Chucky. You know, remember that?
Right.
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't think
they have the rights to see.
We saw that in the theater. Probably first time I ever heard a kid say "fuck this movie." Literally, kid got up, probably about 15 years old, said "fuck this movie."
That's terrible. That's god awful.
Let's see. Chris says, I'd like a 4K of the Incubus. Yeah, I'd like, I kind of like somebody else to get it and do, maybe an Arrow or something, and kind of, learn a little more about the backstory, because the director, they got an interview with the director, and he was really not helpful. Like, it was like just kind of a job for him, it wasn't like a passion project or anything.
Right.
But yeah, I love the movie. Brent Madison, have not seen anyone talking about the VS hints. Yeah, I think everybody's kind of a little Vinegar Syndrome out. We all had real high hopes for this year, and it seems like we've been kind of lame, so far. So
yeah,
well, stuff's kind of down a little bit.
Yeah,
titles.
King Carlson, I'm sure Amityville 2 on 4K is coming sometimes this year. Vinegar Syndrome blows away the original. Yeah, everybody seems to favor the second one, and it would only make sense that they're doing it.
What's funny about that is until probably last year, I watched Amityville 2 for the first time. And I remember Brian Goes Blue was telling me that he likes part 2 better than part 1. And I watched part 2 when I got that box set from Scream Factory. And I realized then that, I'm actually a bigger fan of part 2 than I am of part 1. And I grew up loving part 1. And part 2 was a much better movie to me. Much more rewatchable, much more enjoyable.
Yeah, part 1's pretty slow, but still good. Just 2 stronger.
Yeah, part 2 is a more rewatchable movie, much more rewatchable movie to me.
I said it in the chat. Maybe another. Brian would probably like that from Brian Goes Blue. Probably another Forgotten Giallo box set, possibly, but I don't know if they have any more of those titles.
Oh, I bet there'll be more for sure. I don't know if it'll be this year or not, but I bet there'll be more. Hey man, what were we playing on PS5? We were playing Killing Floor.
That was a fucking blast, dude. Now this is me and Brad played Killing Floor 2. You got Rambo and Forrest Gump teamed up playing.
Nice.
I was real bad. First off, my kids will be the first to attest to this. I suck at fucking first person shooters, any kind of shooter games. And Brad was very patient with me last night, whatever. But like I said, we played for about 3 hours last night, and I got better at it, but I still suck. But it was a lot of fun though. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that's just what it is. Who cares if it's that game? It's impossible not to have fun playing that game.
The best first person
it was a blast,
game I probably ever played that I remember and just because it was single player, and that was supposed to be DLC, but it was Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, and it has like the coolest opening like trailer I've like ever seen. Michael Biehn is in it as the voice of one of the characters. I mean, you can't beat that.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Anthony doesn't play video games. I don't play video games. Alan doesn't play video games, but every once in a while something will come out like an Evil Dead game or something. You know,
Right.
what I mean?
Friday the
Like
13th.
Friday the
The
13th.
Last of Us. The Last of Us is
Texas
what got me to buy a
Massacre.
fucking PS5. That's why
Yeah.
I want to get. I want to play The Last of Us PS5 only or PlayStation only.
Dead by
Yeah.
Daylight's interesting.
And dude, I do play video games, but I'm not like a hardcore gamer.
Yeah.
I mean, I have an Xbox
Right.
Series X and a PS5, but and my kids give me shit about because they play video games hardcore, and I got both game systems, and they still have the latest versions of both game systems. And they give me shit that I have the latest and greatest, whatever. And I play video games a third of the time they do. They're hardcore gamers, and they keep
Right.
trying to fucking pit me to try to get my game system from me. But I'm like, no, when I do play, I want to play the best available.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I have classic Xbox, PlayStation 2, Nintendo 64, and Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
I have all those.
Nintendo
what I got.
64.
Like that. Quick like that. Yep. I still have my original PS1. I'll be buried with that.
Nice.
Brent says the Anvil 2 4K would be great. Yeah, it
Yeah,
only
it
makes
would be
sense that they
fantastic,
got
man.
the
It would be
license for
fantastic.
all of them. You know, they get the license for all of them because they got the license for the first one. Scream Factory had, you know, license for all of them, but who knows what they end up getting. But I bet they're doing too. Benicio, what's going on, man? Yeah, man.
What's up, Benicio?
What's
Benicius
going on,
got the
Benicio?
link. I don't. Benicius got the link. I don't know if he's available or not, but
The thing about fucking Benicio, now that I'm drunk, I can be honest.
Uh,
Like he fucking does whatever is like. I try to do the same shit. He's just so much cooler at it.
yeah,
You know, something about fucking Benicio when he does his videos, he's just so fucking. I don't know. He comes across as cool. I feel like a fucking dumbass. But
Yeah,
He's got the
Benicio-
tattoos, man. The tattoo
Yeah.
thing, and the fucking
I'm making a
this.
tattoo of like a redneck with like buck teeth.
yeah. we
I'm
do
gonna
that,
be
yeah.
like Hot Foodie Dungeon, the motherfucking redneck horror cholo or some shit. I don't
Back
know.
at it like a crack addict.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just. I,
I
don't know,
love
he's
that
fucking
with the
dude's
hand.
cool with it. I feel like a dumbass
Yeah.
every time I watch the video.
Oh, that's fucking badass, man.
That's
I mean,
almost, even though
Yeah.
Benicio does it better, flipping Jared Leto's Joker, because he literally has a smile on there when he does that. I'm like,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, watch Benicio's intro. There's one part of his intro where he's doing a video with no shirt on. If I was doing a video with
He
no
does.
shirt
He's
on, I
yoked.
would lose like
He's
500
yoked.
subscribers in one day.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Benicio's just cool as fuck, dude. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's a good dude. That's
Yeah, he's awesome. Dude.
That's our guy. Magic Hands, what's going on?
What's up, Magic?
What's going on, man?
Older. What's happening?
Just for Benicio, since he's here. So this
Hello.
was the latest steelbook that they released of this guy right here. Sorry, I have it in condom slip, as you can say right here.
Yeah.
Best,
Brett.
best poster ever. So
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
It's
Great
awesome.
poster.
That's a fucking badass steelbook. The back is awesome too. I love that they put
Yeah.
like quotes on the back. So good, man. Those are
I kind of wish I would have bought. I'd have got all those Friday the 13th steelbooks when they came out. I had that box set from Scream Factory, and I never got them, and I wish I would have.
you can still
When it
get
came
them,
out.
Alan.
Yeah,
The-
you still can, pretty inexpensive, but I
first-
hadn't jumped on that yet.
The first one's on Amazon for like $9. The first one, and then you can get the most expensive one is
I
the
love it.
second one.
Yes.
Reset that mic, Alan. Maybe you just need to reset it.
It's weird because your mic was great before we started the stream, so
Yeah.
it had to have happened after because it was fine
Alright.
beforehand.
Let me jump out and jump back in and see what's going on because all the settings are right. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's so weird because it was fine, in the green room there in the backstage or whatever.
I've said it. I mean, because F-13 is my favorite all-time slasher. The original one is that can be argued about. But like I was telling Brad in the last stream that he did earlier today, it's the same thing. It's like talking to a guy who has like I don't know how many versions of that. I really don't know. Only one I don't have is the VHS of that. But other than that, CHH has me beat on that.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any of the laser discs?
No, I did when I was watching CHH. He did the book of Crystal Lake Memories. Let me get that real quick. That's an awesome book.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking. Yeah, Those laser discs are badass.
Steve Mars, what's up, man?
Hey, Steve.
Yeah. Alan sounds like he's in a jar. Yeah, there's got to be something going on with the mic. Maybe something's unplugged. He's working on it.
Yeah, this guy. I mean, this is awesome. This is a great book, by the way. This is really, really good.
Yeah, that is really cool, man. I heard the book has a lot of
Lucio.
that the
Hey, I just literally just wanted to pop in real quick because I heard everything that Pops was saying, and now Pops is not even in this motherfucker. There he is. Hey, I just had to pop in real quick. I'm not in my house right now, but I wanted to pop in and just tell you guys that I love you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. I'm also drinking too, so I appreciate the word, Pops, and I think you're a cool ass motherfucker as well. Same thing with Brad. Same thing with Anthony. Same thing with you, bro. Just wanted to come by and just spread it, and I'm out this motherfucker. All right.
See ya.
Talk to you guys soon.
Later, man.
Stay good, man.
He's too cool, man. He's
Yeah.
too cool.
Is that any better? Well, my settings are the same as they always are.
It still sounds kind of the same.
Yeah, it's like fuzzy, kind of like a little fuzzy or something. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what happened. It doesn't sound like we can understand you fine. It's just it's so weird. Check your computer settings because I think something happened when we went live. Check your sound and on your computer and all that. I don't think it's your mic. I think something happened when we
Damn
went.
Dirty Ape, what's up, man?
Best name on YouTube.
Video Man Gizmo.
An appearance in here too. I hope he's still in the chat.
There's that crazy Norwegian bastard.
Yeah. Who are you people? He's delirious in the jungle or wherever the hell he is in the forest.
Fighting polar bears.
He's gone full Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah, man.
Him and me talk about Japanese animation every once in a while. There's a show I used to watch as a kid called Robotech and stuff like that. I have that DVD set, and you can say the storage in my room in my apartment. One of these days I'll bring that out.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying, hey to everybody. Riverman. Thoughts on Evil Dead Rise. I wasn't a fan, but it was okay.
That's exactly how I feel. It was just okay. That's about it, man.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
Me and Dr. I don't know if you guys hear me or not, or I sound like shit or not, but me and Dr. Ordinary went and seen it Thursday night, whatever, and I kind of enjoyed it. And I asked him tonight. He's actually the reason why I'm drunk tonight. and we talked about it tonight. And a few days after seeing it, he's a diehard fucking Evil Dead fan. He loves Sam Raimi. He loves Evil Dead. And a couple of days later, we both really fucking enjoyed it. Now, they gave a couple of nods to the Bruce Campbell and that kind of shit, whatever. I dug it. I thought it was cool. Like I said, it wasn't the best Evil Dead though, but it was good enough where I walked out of the theater happy with it, for what it was. So I'm gonna say, as of right now, I'm a fan of it. I need to watch it again. I've already pre-ordered the 4K from overseas. It's going to come in again. I'm going to watch it again. Well, I'll give you my honest opinion. But right now, I'm a fan of it. I thought it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they did a fairly good job with it. So
the standout's the mom for sure. She was great. The mom that
I heard about that.
You see in the trailer, she turns into a Deadite. She's like the head Deadite. She was excellent. She gave a really solid performance. I just didn't like the sister. I didn't like her sister, the final girl of the film. I just thought she was kind of generic and boring. I couldn't get connected to her like Mia in the 2013 version. I thought was great because she had a good backstory. She's trying to get off heroin. She's just got some more layers and stuff. And this chick, I don't know. I just didn't really care for her. But
the 2013 taking place in the cabin, that kind of stuff, whatever. I did like 2013 more.
Yeah.
This being in a different setting or whatever, it was kind of not the same.
Right.
But they gave a couple of little nods, not to give any spoilers, whatever. But they showed the chainsaw.
Yep.
They come get some, that kind of shit, whatever. I bought into all that, whatever. But like I said, I bought that as a fan of the franchise. I bought that okay with it. Could it have been better? Yeah. Was it my favorite Evil Dead? Absolutely not. But I enjoyed it. I'm definitely I pre-ordered it. It's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I had an okay time with it in the theater. I just was, I just came out kind of like That was all right. That was like a fun enough time, but I wasn't like, my expectations, I guess, were kind of high because of the 2013 version, and they just didn't those expectations.
Right.
It's gonna be fourth in the franchise for me. It's gonna be 2, 1, the remake, 4, and then yeah. I mean, it's gonna be number 4 from the franchise for me as far as my favorite, I think.
Yeah. Trini, what's going on, man?
Hey, Trini.
What's up, Trini?
Kevin, what's up, man?
Do I still sound like shit, by the
Kevin?
way? Do I still sound weird?
Still sounds kind of like you're in a jar. Like I said, I think that mic might not even be on. Like maybe
it's on. I'm watching it right now. It's on. I mean, all the settings are exactly the same. I already checked them.
Is it possibly me being in here and stuff like that because I'm doing this through my phone?
No, it wouldn't have anything to do with you.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I've checked the settings 3 or 4 different times. They're exactly the same as they always are. I have no idea.
Was the cord partially unhooked or something?
No, it's nothing like that.
If Alan doesn't know, nobody knows. Alan works on this shit all the time.
I'm checking again. The settings are exactly the same as they always are, so I have no clue. I apologize.
No, it's not that bad. We can hear you fine. It's
I mean, I'm fucking sluttered. I'm drunk as fuck, but other than that, my sound is exactly the same.
Yeah.
I even turned the microphone up a little bit. I mean, I have no idea. So I don't know.
Here, quick. Here's my issue with Arrow. Real quick. That right there. You can see it. It's cracked. And
I've got that. For my Alice, Sweet Alice, when that came in.
It's ripped
months ago.
A little bit. Sorry. Try and focus.
Yeah, it happened.
It still works though, but that's fine. I may just get another case for it.
Yeah, or just order from Amazon and return the broken one.
Yeah,
true.
Heather Langenkamp, I had to, Anthony.
No, that's all good, man. She's still a hottie, man. And new nightmare, she is.
Brent says, great shirt, glad you got some. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Go.
Let's see. Jason, what's going on, man? Jason Warner. Caveman movies and more. They couldn't release Showgirls and Showgirls 2 for fear of them sticking together. There you go. What it's come down to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still a little disappointed that I ordered Showgirls for Vinegar Syndrome, but I had all the other BSU, so
you might as well, man. You might as well.
I did order it. So now I have 2 copies of Showgirls. I have the Umbrella and the fucking Vinegar Syndrome.
You made Gizmo's day by ordering that.
Yeah, fuck Gizmo. I love him, but fucking.
He's a full-on Francis Ford Coppola mode right now. He's in the jungle. Caveman, do you have a Sega CD or the 32-bit cartridge insert?
No, I don't.
I guess he's talking to Anthony.
I've got the cartridge insert.
I have the CD attachment. Yeah, that big attachment that came with it, or you could get separately. That's the one I have. and the attachment for the cartridge.
The one that I have actually is one of the, well, it's not new anymore. It's pretty older, but it came, they reissued it again, and they put like all of the, like a lot of the classic games inside of the Sega, so it was ready to go. But there's still a cartridge port. So if you have the old cartridges, or if you want to buy like newer games or whatever, you can put them in, the cartridge holder, or you can put other games in there. So it has that space, but it also has a bunch of games built in already to the system. So they also did one for the Super Nintendo or the classic Nintendo, one of them, like 10 years ago or something.
For all the nerds out there who have that certain knowledge, originally Nintendo and Sony had a deal. So it was going to be an attachment underneath the Super NES for, you can say, the PS1 discs and stuff like that, and that never happened. You can look under an old school Super NES and you can see that attachment on it. And I'm kind of done with that gaming knowledge, so.
Okay.
Vinicio says he's got the Steelbook for the Friday the 13th as well. He says,
it's open.
Yeah, he has them all. They're all
3
sealed.
and 3 and 4 are unopened for Steelbook for me, and the other ones are.
It's good to know they're going to do them all.
I don't know why I should have just left them sealed. Honestly, now that I think about it, because I have the box set. So,
yeah, me too. That's one of my prized possessions, to tell you the truth. The first ones. That's probably the best version of F-13. I do love the 4K. I bought that automatically. It was cheap to get anyway. But yeah, that's probably the best version I've seen.
Yeah. Kevin makes a good point here. Is it your webcam recording audio right now? And that, like, did you check the StreamYard settings, Alan, inside StreamYard, to see what mic it's picking up? Because it might be on the wrong mic.
Yeah, because that's when things, went wrong.
Mega Mike the Movie Man. Good evening, everyone.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, I'm checking them now, and they're it's always the same. It's the same as always has been.
Because what it sounds like is
it's showing the output here, the input, whatever, in this microphone right here.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Oh, the game, the limited edition game. Yeah.
Oh, that's sick, man.
I love this.
That's
so
really
much.
cool.
Yeah. Like Pilot says, I'm glad Chris is an anime fan because I'm a guru. There you go.
Been collecting since I've been right before high school when there was a Blockbuster video available. Gizmo may know something about this. It was a double VHS tape of, it's called MD Geist, and I've never seen a Blu-ray of it or even a DVD of it. And that's very underrated, as if you're looking for like cult anime and stuff like that to watch, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. To me, it is.
Gizmo tries to get me into anime at least once a month.
It depends.
Yeah,
like I said, it depends what you like. I mean, what I would suggest, I forget the director's name, but he did Vampire Hunter D. It's called an anime called Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. It's from Studio Madhouse, best anime studio out there. He did a movie before that called Wicked City, Demon City Shinjuku, and then Ninja Scroll, which is my all-time favorite anime of all time. I would suggest those 4 in general.
I was thinking we should do Akira for the WTF stream, actually.
I'm sure that'll happen one of these days.
Yeah, you might like that one, Briggs. It's pretty fucking dark, man. I mean,
or Perfect Blue. Perfect Blue is very good.
Perfect Blue is one that keeps coming up.
Yeah.
Vinicio says the new Evil Dead is the first one in the franchise to not be a masterpiece, in my opinion, but I still liked it a lot. Okay, yeah,
I agree.
I'm hearing it's good. It's okay. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
Is that any better?
I think that does sound better.
I think it sounds a little better.
Yeah, it sounds a little better.
I literally changed no settings at all. I just went out and came back in. So I'm drunk, but I have some goddamn.
It
does sound better.
It's just a little.
I've been on vacation all week, so yeah.
It's just a little low. The volume is just a little lower than it normally is.
I went to the StreamYard settings and everything checked out. So I have no clue, guys. I apologize.
It does. No, it does sound better now, though. Yeah. It really, to me, it does.
Yeah.
It sounds better. Like I said, I think it's just a little lower than it normally is. Well,
I've done 100 fucking streams, whatever. The settings are exactly the same. I have no clue.
But Callo says, "Pop Secret, what up? Brad got it bad. What up? Yeah.
Hey, what's going on,
Callo?
What's going on, Callo?
Will Johnson, have you guys ever watched The Price We Pay and The Lair?
I've heard about The Lair.
I don't think I'm familiar with either of those titles.
I'm not either.
I'll put them on the list, though.
Let's check them out.
Yeah.
LL, Anthony loves horror girls. What's up? There you go.
That's right.
Yes, we do.
You can take
Anthony likes any girls.
Yes, we do.
Any girl.
Once they got big titties, Anthony's happy.
DCO, my ranking is literally in order from release. So 1, 2, Army remake, the new one.
My ranking's batshit crazy. Mine is 5th place is Rise, 4th place is The Evil Dead, 3rd place is Evil Dead 2, 2nd place is Army of Darkness, 1st place is Evil Dead 2013. So
I'm
mine's
not gonna lie. I mean, I do enjoy Army of Darkness. I do watch it probably once every couple of years, but it's gonna be for me. It's probably gonna be 2-1, the remake, probably Army of Darkness, and the new one. That's probably gonna be my ranking as of right this second. Whatever. I do like Army of Darkness. It's just the comedy is a little too, not as rewatchable, I guess. But I see part 2 first. That's probably why I like part 2 the best. But after I see part 2, I went back and watched part 1, and so I do like 2, 1, and then the 2013 remake. It's probably my top 3.
Oh yeah, sequel, whatever they call the remake.
I've seen the first one. I have the steelbook of that. Also, and then of course the remake. I mean, God, that's so good. And
yeah, I got that same steelbook. It's awesome.
Yeah,
one of my favorite steelbooks. Top 5, it's for sure.
Me and my best friend were watching the first one, the original, for the first time, and Gizmo would probably attest to this. The scene with the tree and the lady. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
So first time I probably saw a tree molest a lady. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So.
Yeah, I for me, it's the 2013 is way above all of them for me.
I love it so much. It is
my number one.
good.
That's my
I think
number
it's
one.
so.
Every time I watch the remake, whatever, I like it a little bit more. I mean, the remake is fucking fantastic. I think they did a great job with it.
It's really old school throwback horror. The actors were no names.
That's great.
You know, it's just it just feels like such a throwback for me.
Just the ending. I could just, like I say, with stuff like this, you could just picture Slayer playing Raining Blood just for that in general. I guess that broke the record because originally it was Freddy versus Jason that had the record for the most, like you can say, fake kind of blood used. And then all of a sudden this movie comes out and just shatters that in like one scene.
Yeah. This film, I love the way it's shot too. It's got that gritty feel to it, like Brad was saying, like old school, like 70s, 80s. It's got that grit to it. And the new one to me just felt so like clean and digital and just. It's just too clean, you know what I mean? I don't know.
The biggest thing for the new one for me, it was a different setting, whatever. And that one there was at least done in the cabin, just like the original movies.
Yeah.
The new one being in the setting of the New York setting or whatever the fuck they were at. You know, it was good. I appreciated some of the shit they did, but it wasn't quite the same. It just wasn't quite the same.
Yeah.
You know, there's something about that cabin. There's something about that setting, whatever, that just kind of feels Evil Dead-ish. If that makes sense.
Isolation, the rain cuts the cabin off.
Exactly. Isolation. That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Everybody's saying what's up to Benicio. Benicio's saying what up to everybody.
Benicio, sorry I missed you, man. Appreciate you jumping in, man.
Brent, I recommend Drive-In Delirium. Dead by Dawn, the Umbrella release. Fun watch for a shitload of horror trailers. 167 of them. I believe that's how many hours was that thing? It's like several hours. So many films I never knew about. Yeah, me and Alan both have that. It's a nice release. And
yeah, my dumb ass bought the individual copies of all those, and then I bought the fucking box set with all of them. Not realizing they were the same fucking thing, so I ended up selling the other ones.
It's around $40, and it's really nice that you kind of put on in the background. You know, if you
there's nothing better than throwing on the background than that right there. You throw that in the background. If I'm working from home, every once in a while I work from home. There's nothing better throwing in the background and just kind of watch, get ideas for new movies and shit. Yeah. It's great.
If you can't figure out what you want to watch, pop that on. You know,
I have found so many movies I never fucking heard of from that right there alone. It's fantastic. It's good.
We're still saying hi. Fucking. He's stone sober, guys. Gizmo, I believe in girls with AIDS.
Oh.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Brian Goes Blue. Is that Chris C? I see.
Yes, it is. What's up, Ryan?
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie. I'm a little delirious right now because Chris C has asked me about joining one of our live streams. And I'm going to be honest. This is Brad's show. Because I'm too fucked up to really know what I'm doing. And when Chris showed up, I'm like, fuck, Chris is here. So like I said, Chris
down there.
Chris has asked me about joining, and I'm super excited the motherfucker's here. But I had no input at all about him joining tonight. So Chris, I'm glad you joined, buddy.
I do appreciate it, Pops. Like I say, it's an honor. It's great. You know, just started watching you all. Really, originally, I'll just say this real quick. When I started just getting into, you can say, collecting horror, her name is Gabby Sanchez. I don't know who you think. if you know her. She goes by Gabby Zombie. I don't think she does videos anymore. She used to do a lot of horror VHSs that she'd show that she had and stuff like that. And then, I just started kind of collecting from there. The first one I got from watching one of her videos was Summer of 1984, which is really underrated.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie. Yeah, great movie.
Without Stranger Things, I'll give Stranger Things its credit. Without Stranger Things, we would not get that movie at all.
Yeah. I watched that on streaming for the first time, and then I grabbed that partner release from Vinegar Syndrome, and it's a great movie. Great movie.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and there's like very little gore. It's just a fun throwback, like that kind of movie.
And spoiler alert, nobody expected the fat kid to get killed. When the fat kid got killed, I mean, come on, guys, you don't kill pets, you don't kill fat guys in movies.
The ending is so trippy and so sad, but so good. I mean, it's so Dark Synth. It's just like awesome.
Pretty interesting ending too. Like you were saying, the ending. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Like, I mean, maybe it didn't end this way, but Ransom, when Jimmy Shaker basically tells Mel Gibson that I'm going to leave you alive, but just remember that I got him once, I can get him. Like, he's trying to just leave it ambiguous, but it doesn't.
He threatens him.
Yeah,
he threatens him. Yeah. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that gets pretty dark when he makes that turn and goes. You got to think, is today Jimmy Shaker Day?
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, when I get your kid this time, I'm not going to want money anymore.
Yeah.
So good. That's a great movie.
Yeah. Mel Gibson, dude. People must have forgot.
Mel Gibson and Gary Sinise, man.
Gary Sinise is incredible in everything, too.
He's so fucking good.
He's in Snake Eyes, too, isn't he?
What?
Gary Sinise. He's in Snake Eyes, too, with Nicolas Cage, right?
Snake Eyes. Yeah.
He's in the Palmer film. Yeah, it's so good.
Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump. Just think how hard that role is to play, and what he has to go through in that movie, and all the different types of characters. I mean, he plays this big hero, tough military guy, and then he becomes a crazy fucking Vietnam cripple, and then he has to be the good guy. I mean, it's just a wild, deep actor, and I think he's retired, but kind of crazy how unheralded he is.
No, absolutely.
Brad, do you remember the movie real quick that I mentioned in your video early today about that Bruce Willis movie? He was playing a negotiator, and it was a home invasion, but it was a hostage situation. And that's a really messed up good thriller.
It's either Hostage or Hostile or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's Hostages.
Hostage.
Yeah, I think it's Hostages.
Yeah.
I have it on my list on Amazon. I've had it there forever.
It is really good. It is really dark.
That is a really good movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben Foster, right? Ben Foster's the main bad guy, the main antagonist, right? Ben
Foster, come on, man. That's another guy that's super unheralded.
Ben Foster is never like the top billing on any movie, but he always makes every movie better.
It's weird too. He's got like this like long, dark black hair and stuff too.
I forgot if it was him in because it's part of a 3 horror set that I have. One of them with Apollo 18, I think it is, which is a really good underrated found footage movie. I think that's what it's called. And then it's called Pandorum with Dennis Quaid. That is a complete twist at the end of that, where you did not see that coming. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute,
I love Pandorum. Yeah, that's great.
Video Man and Gizmo. I heard that people who collect films is kind of, I got to read this slow, is kind of a weird and probably virgins. Don't like physical media.
Welcome to my world. Read
anymore. And I have caviar on my penis.
Dude, when Gizmo says something, you have to pre-read it before you say it out loud, because you might say some stupid shit. You never know.
He's pretty, like I said, I think he's delirious from lack of sleep. Every once in a while, I'll hear from Gizmo. He'll just send me a quote from Terminator 2 or something. Just randomly. Brian Goes Blue. Pop sounds like a regular old drunk. Yep.
And just so y'all know, I tapped on my mic now, and the mic picks up sound. So I think it's right now. I don't know if I sound like shit or not, but it sounds
a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know. I promise y'all the next stream I'll be completely sober and in charge. But right now, Brad's my hero right now. Brad's my saving grace. So Brad's the man.
Yeah.
Caveman says you need to check out Trigun, an excellent anime. I think everyone here would enjoy it.
I have Trigun. I have the original. That's a bootleg. That's a Hong Kong. They called or UK DVDs back in the day. Like you say, if you want to kind of get into old school anime series like that, that's great. It's Trigun is basically a Cain and Abel story. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's really good.
Three of my 4 kids were really big into anime growing up, whatever. And I could not get into anime. I tried. They tried to show me some different shit. And I could not get into anime.
It's fine. It's an addiction, like you say, with everything and stuff like that. Yeah. But the payoff is worth it.
Like I said, obviously there's something to it because there's so many fans of it. But I could not get into it. But my kids were fucking diehard. My daughter, she still subscribes to something called Crunchyroll.
Yeah,
it's like a subscribing service that has all the anime shit, and she's diehard about it. But I give her shit about it all the time because I can't get into it, but she's diehard.
A lot of the newer stuff's become too modern. You can say for my taste, you know what I mean? Because I've seen it before. I'm 44 years old. I've seen this before. I've been watching this since I was 5 years old. Played Robotech in the 80s on TV when there was TV, and it's and you just kind of grow up with that. Then you realize, this is based off stuff from Japan, which is more violent, brutal than you may think. I'll just say this real quick. There's a scene in Robotech where the aliens attack basically the Earth, I believe. It's an equivalent to a nuclear explosion. You see the soldier protect the child as basically the whole city gets evaporated. It's crazy.
Yeah, my daughter, she lived in Thailand for a year. She taught elementary school in a private school in Thailand for a year. And she was really big into Howl's Moving Castle, shit like that.
Oh yeah.
And me and her watched Howl's Moving Castle, whatever. And I enjoyed it, but it wasn't my thing.
Yeah, it's a Studio Ghibli film.
She has got her left leg has got it's got a pretty amazing tattoo of Howl's Moving Castle, the castle itself. Along her right leg, she got that over in Thailand. She came back from Thailand. She had her fucking nose pierced and her fucking tattoos on her leg. I wasn't crazy excited about it, but she's got a pretty impressive tattoo on the right leg of Howl's Moving Castle, and she has something dragon on her right leg from another anime shit. I don't know what the fuck it is, but she had it done in Thailand, probably a third of the price you'd have got done in the States, whatever. But the detail in that tattoo of Howl's Moving Castle is unbelievable. Nice. And I'm not a fan of anime, but I can't appreciate the tattoo of being just the detail is unbelievable.
The director of those Madhouse studio movies, Kawajiri is his last name. They go by their last names in Japan. They do that. It's called, which is funny, over here it's called Highlander: The Quest for Vengeance. That's actually quite good of a movie for what it is. It's definitely Highlander. It's very good. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's so bad you can say it's good. That'd be a good WTF anime if you're going to get into something, Brad, to watch.
Like I said, I respect it because I know there's so many people, including my kids, that fucking just live and breathe it. But I could not get into it. Even Howl's Moving Castle, some of the bigger titles, I'm assuming, that she tried to introduce me to, it just wasn't my thing. I always give her shit about it. I like watching cartoons, but they blink. And I feel like in fucking anime, they never blink. They're just ooh. I don't know. It ain't my thing. I don't want to fuck with it because there's fans of it, but I'm not a fan of it.
Gizmo's a monster fan of it. Brian says, new Evil Dead movie is badass, but it's fifth in line, of course. My rank is the same as Pops, even though I do love Army. Yeah,
man. And
if y'all haven't seen Brian Goes Blue and Coco's do whatever review of Evil Go Dead, right at the theater reaction, that's a great video. I watched that about 3 days for me and Ryan went to go see it, whatever, and yeah, they have a really good review of that movie.
Dude, his and Coco's out of the theater reactions.
Oh, dude, I watch them immediately.
Their reviews,
they're great. They're great.
Those are so much fun to watch. I watch those all the time.
Yeah, that's one of those series. That's one of those things where you see another YouTuber do something and it's like, fuck. You don't want to copy anybody, but it's like they got that's their shit. You don't want to copy them. That's why I kind of do my reviews from the dungeon. I do my shit from the movie theater, and I'm right from my theater here. And I messaged Brian Go Blue and I said, look, I'm gonna do my reviews from the dungeon. I don't want to copy y'all shit with it, but I wanted to do something different, but not quite the same.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I got my inspiration for reviews from the dungeon, whatever. Watching them together, right out of theater reviews, whatever. I don't go to theater a whole lot, but I watch a lot of movies here in my movie room.
That's a great idea.
It's kind of the same thing because I like giving the honest reaction right after you watch a movie. You watch a movie, jump on, give her immediate reaction. I think that's a cool concept.
Yeah.
So anyway,
and him and Coco, they just have that perfect chemistry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a day one watch. When they drop a video, it's a day one watch. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
let's see. Jason Werner. Check out an anime record of the Lotus
Record of Lotus
4 if you like Lord of the Rings or D&D type stuff.
Yeah.
Which I do. I like both. So my thing about D&D back in the day is I always wanted to play D&D, but I didn't have enough dorky friends to play D&D with.
I was too afraid to play.
You know, I always kind of thought it was a cool concept. I liked to play it, but I was a football guy back in the day. And all my guys were like sport jocks, and nobody wanted to play fucking D&D. I think I would have probably been into it. But
see, when I was in middle school, I'm a huge fan. When I was in middle school and high school, the animes that I watched were Dragon Ball Z, Gundam, and Outlaw Star. Those were the ones.
That's how I got into it. Yeah, that's how I got into it.
Yep.
Love DBZ. Well, just for the whole story arc and just for the fact, you know, the main character Goku, of course, like the dude that has a heart of gold who will help anybody or help the worst piece of garbage you can think of. Of course, is Frieza, kind of the main villains in that, who kills his best friend in front of him. It's like one of the coolest kind of scenes you can ever see. He actually sheds tears. Just remember that before he kind of transforms, does his thing.
Yep.
Kal-El says he's only seen Army a million times, never any of the others.
Army's great, man. I love Army.
Most people
go watch the original two, man. The original two are so fucking great. They're so good.
Yep.
And you have to appreciate the budget they had when they made that movie. If you could consider the budget they had when they made part 1, it makes it that much better because the budget was so fucking little, and they did such a fucking great job with that first movie.
They did.
That's why I'm such a big fan of Sam Raimi. I mean, I really appreciate what they did with that little bit of a budget, making such a great film. And basically, part 2 is pretty much I would say it's a remake of part 1. It's just with more of a budget. Pretty much is what part 2 is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a nice continuation of the story.
Yeah.
It works really well.
Scolder for a long time, same. He'd only seen Army. He hasn't seen the new one yet. I haven't seen the first 2 in years, 15, 16 years.
I got a cool concept that I thought about tonight, and I'm drunk now, so I'm probably going to say more shit than I probably need to think. This is a thought that I had tonight. I watched a movie called Polar, which is a movie that Brad had recommended to me on Netflix. It's a movie called Polar.
Nicholson. Yeah,
Matt Mickelson. I was always a somewhat fan. After I seen Polar, and then went back and watched another movie called Arctic. I'm a huge Matt Mickelson fan now.
Arctic, good. I saw that one. Yeah.
Me and my buddy Brian, Dr. Ordinary, we watched. Me and my wife went down to this house tonight. We watched Polar that's the second time I watched it. And there's a scene in there that's got Richard Dreyfuss in it.
Yeah,
Richard Dreyfuss is really fucking old. This is a concept, whatever, that I thought about tonight when I was super drunk. Okay, I grew up watching, Jaws, watching Stand By Me, seeing, young Richard Dreyfuss. I see Richard Dreyfuss tonight. I'm 52 years old. I'm almost 52 years old. I watched Richard Dreyfuss tonight, whatever, in Polar, and he's literally the old guy, the old, decrepit, retired, almost dead, whatever. I know there's a lot of people probably in the chat tonight, and plus you guys here, they're not as old as I am. But it's really fucking surreal to see these actors from the 80s that were, in your mind, they're still Hooper from Jaws.
Yeah.
And when you see them now in 2023, or that movie came out in 2019, in 2019, in a movie like Polar, he's this old, decrepit, retired, crotchety old fucking guy, whatever, and the character he's playing, it really makes you think, fuck, I'm old. To see all your heroes. For example, I'm a huge Sylvester Stallone fan. I'm a huge, Arnold Schwarzenegger fan.
Yeah,
I seen these guys back in the fucking Conan the Barbarian days, shit like that. And when you see them now, it's like I'm really fucking old. All your heroes are old, they're dying, and it's like,
what was Richard Dreyfuss in Jaws? 23.
Oh God.
Yeah, he was like 23 in Jaws. Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know how old he was, but
he looked 42.
I was going to say that.
In my mind, when I think Richard Dreyfuss, I think Hooper. I think the guy that narrates Stand By Me.
Yeah.
And I see him. Another good example is Chevy Chase. The other day, don't ask me why, because it's not a great movie, but the other day I watched a remake for Vacation. And there's a cameo from Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase is old and he looks like shit.
Yeah,
and in my mind, it's still Vacation from fucking 1980 fucking whatever. Yeah. And I see these motherfuckers now, and it's like, fuck. It makes me
I
feel
just
like,
remember from Jaws.
my
Just remember
granddad,
that scene.
you know,
Yeah.
it's really surreal. It's surreal to see these guys now. The guys I grew up with in my mind, these are my heroes from back in the day, and now they're like, fuck, they're got 1 foot in the grave.
It's just funny watching.
It's
just
wild.
because
It's
I
hard to
love Jaws so
explain.
much about
It's
that.
wild. It's wild.
Yeah, when he's just riding the boat and he's Quinn's telling him to do this and he's all acting like the pirate. He's like, "Arr, sir, arr," just
For
doing
example, Jaws. It's like back in the day, you got fucking Hooper being the fucking kid basically, and you got Quinn being the old guy. Robert Shaw, whatever, died a couple years after Jaws was made, and now fucking Hooper is the old guy, and it's just I don't know. It makes me feel. I ain't gonna lie, it makes me feel really fucking old. I ain't gonna.
Back when Mickey Rourke was on Twitter, he did a video posting, and it was him talking about like On the Waterfront or something. And he's like, "This is my favorite movie. Everybody in this, every single cast member is dead." Wow. He's like, this happens every time I watch.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
I mean, look at Sylvester Stallone. Everybody knows, watches my channel. I'm a huge Sylvester Stallone fan. If I watch anything Sylvester Stallone now, it's like, that fucks with my head because this motherfucker's he's fucking 80 years old almost.
Yeah.
And fucking in my mind, he's still fucking Rocky walking around bouncing the fucking ball.
Just going at it in the club is crazy. Remember that.
It's just crazy growing up with these guys, whatever. Those y'all that out there that are 20, 30. I'm 52 years old. I watched these movies in theaters when they came out. And watching these motherfuckers now, I ain't seen them in years. They come out with a new movie where they play a cameo or whatever, like Richard Dreyfuss in this movie. It's like, what the fuck, man? It's like, no way this motherfucker's that old. In my mind, he's still riding the boat with Quinn on fucking Jaws. And this motherfucker's 80 years old now. I don't know. It's just something I thought I had tonight when I was drunk. I'm sharing with you all.
It's catharsis. Gizmo, I love the movie. There's nothing woke about it. And he's just trying to piss me off because Gizmo is like anti-new film. He's like, if it's not 80s,
it's 2013. It's not new.
Piece of shit. If it's not 70s, it's a piece of shit. But he's just trying to piss me off. That movie, I don't think any opportunity for nudity, so it's fine.
No, this movie's 10 goddamn years old now, too, man.
Yeah.
10 years old. I mean,
he's
it's not old.
Trolling, dude. This dude is delirious in the fucking wilderness right now.
Yeah.
He's probably under a space blanket, about to freeze his ass off, hiding from polar bears. He'll be fine.
Yeah. I just picture Roy Schreider in Jaws just because he reminds me a lot of my dad because my dad smoked. He passed of lung cancer, but I just remember that he's smoking, just shoveling that stuff out there, and he goes, you heard him, slow ahead.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'll go slow ahead. Try shoveling some of this shit. And that's when he sees it. It's the greatest scene of all time. Just pops.
My
dad
was a 5-pack a day smoker. He smoked Viceroys. And all you young motherfuckers don't know what Viceroys are. Viceroys, you better fucking have some ball hair to smoke Viceroys. And my dad smoked 5 packs a day, and he passed away in 2014. And like I said, he was on oxygen the last 3 years of his life and still smoked Viceroys. He'd take his oxygen off to smoke Viceroy. He never gave it up. So, yeah. I smoked for 25 years, and I gave it up, and I ain't had a cigarette since 2010.
Just only way too much information.
I had cigarettes in 2010, but yeah, I got you. I have no idea what my fucking point is. Y'all just move on.
Scalder he's telling Scalder that it is available to stream illegally.
Yeah.
Benicio, do you still have extras of that one, Pops? I don't remember which one you're talking about.
Is it? No.
A Steelbook, Evil Dead. I don't know what it was. It was. So
is it Polar? Is it Polar? Maybe.
No, there's
like Steelbook of Evil Dead. That is from the defunct. Oh God, has a sailboat on the cover of it. I forget. Anchor Bay. It's almost sad to think about that.
Benicio, Evil Dead 2, The Evil Dead 2013, Army of Darkness is the list. I didn't think I agree with Gizmo. I didn't think the trailer looked good. A lot of people were creaming over that trailer, and I'm like, I don't know what you're seeing there.
Well, Brad, you need to go see Evil Dead Rises for you. Judge the trailer.
Well,
I want that Evil Dead Rises.
When I saw that trailer for 2013, I could not wait. I was clawing the fucking doors at the theater to get in and see that thing. That trailer was way darker. It just, on trailers alone, the 2013 was way better. So the Rise one, I'll watch it. I'm not going to rush to the theater.
I enjoy 13 better. I'm not going to lie. I enjoy 13 better. But Rises
I
is
just wait till I
definitely worth
find
a watch. I think you'll enjoy Rises. You won't like it as much as 13, I don't think.
Yeah,
but I think you'll like it.
You're not as much as 20.
I'm gonna Maxine will be the next thing I'll see in the theater, or maybe that Sisu, maybe that thing.
I heard that trailer for Maxine looked awesome.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Jamie Hart, what's going on?
What's up, Jamie?
Jamie.
So Steve Mars is pointing out that Fede Alvarez confirmed it's a sequel, not a remake for the 2013.
Interesting.
Had, the cars there and all that stuff, and even at Ashes at the end and the end credits too. So.
Now, me and Ryan both we watched this Thursday night, whatever. And one thing we talked about actually tonight, whatever, is we didn't see the fucking car in the fucking.
She's sitting on it when they're outside at the beginning. She's sitting on the hood of the car. I'm
not talking about 2013. I'm talking about the one that just came out.
Oh yeah, he's talking about 2013. So the car's not in the new one.
Yeah, 2013. It's definitely in that one, but in the one we just watched, I didn't see the I didn't see the car in the one we just watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
who directed the new one? And Fede didn't direct the new one, did he?
No.
Raimi
I forgot what the guy's name is already.
Raimi had a
was the producer, or whatever, but there was a different director. I don't remember his name.
Benicio, yeah, hit the like button. Get some likes on this thing. Whatever that does, I'm sure it does something. Brian says Gary Sinise kicks ass in reindeer games. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he does. Dang, I forgot he was in that. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also tried a 4K Tent Revival because he's running this stream tonight. I'm just fucking here. I'm a guest.
Yeah. I'm using your subscribers. Let it get to 100 and I'll cancel that channel. I'll just start another one again. Jason C. Mars. Yep. We know that we now have all 3 books of the Dead revealed, and the Universe OG had 1 book, 2013 had another book, and now Rise has a different book. I did not know that.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting because I know that the book they showed in the new one, not trying to give any spoilers away, but the book they showed in the new one was a different book.
I wonder if
I guess in my mind there was only 2 books revealed, but I guess I'm wrong. I guess there's been all 3, whatever, because we were thinking that they showed just 2 of the 3 books, whatever, in this new movie, but I must be wrong.
Like if if it evolves, like, a Lovecraftian thing, like it's a creature type of a thing, which whatever happens, it just kind of becomes something different or something like that. That could be a good thought.
Yeah. Yeah, this was definitely a different book, though, because it had, like, kind of those, like, teeth when it closed,
Nice. Oh, okay. Nice.
And,
yeah. Yeah, Benicio, not an anime fan, but his kids are. He said she lived in Italian.
Lived in Italian.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Italian. Culture Trini, he says he has a few animes, mostly Studio Ghibli. Let's see.
When it's good, it's good. It wins Academy Awards when it's good. It wins Academy Awards, pretty much what he's saying.
Gizmo says Chris has good taste. He likes The Devil's Honey and Akira is the man.
I like Midsommar too a lot. A lot of people did not. I saw that in the theater. When you get the reception from a couple that was right next to me and my best friend in the theater, and literally the woman goes, "What the F did we just watch?" I'm like, yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah, I'm more of a Hereditary fan.
Yeah.
I would admit the first time I seen Midsommar, I was really, really drunk on bourbon and pain pills because I had a hurt shoulder. And I woke up during the scene where you had all the like 70s retro bush in one big room together. And I woke up, well, what the fuck are y'all watching? I was there with Dr. Ordinary and his wife.
I actually think that's a prequel.
I did rewatch it since then, and I do like Midsommar. I am a fan of Midsommar, but Hereditary to me it's Hereditary and then Midsommar. Hereditary by pretty much a mile above. I love Hereditary. I'm a huge.
You watch Midsommar first and you watch Hereditary second. I swear, Midsommar looks to be a prequel to me because at the end, it's still a cult thing. Isn't he wearing like a wreath around his head and something like that at the end of that?
Yeah.
Well, the main character, the male, is in a bear suit. And the female is she's in the wreath and all that.
Right.
The reason why I like Hereditary more is I'm pretty desensitized when it comes to a lot of horror movies, but Hereditary to this day and I just watched it about 5 days ago. Hereditary still fucks with me. When I go into a room, I'm cutting the fucking light on pretty quick because
it does with me too.
Naked motherfucker in the corner.
Tony Collette is great in that.
Yeah,
she is great.
Fuck with me. A lot of movies fuck with me. And the Hereditary, when I first watched it, it fucked with me a lot. And a lot of horror movies don't anymore. But that one got me.
Yeah, I think they're both good. Hereditary, I think, is the better of the two, but I like them both.
Yeah, me too.
I like the fact that Midsommar wasn't afraid to like go there though. Like it showed a shitload of nudity. It showed a lot of drug stuff. It showed a lot of fucked up things happening in that kind of like the Wicker Man style. I like that it wasn't afraid to push the envelope. So I give Midsommar a lot of credit just because it wasn't afraid to go really dark with the material. So I like that.
Benicio, Brian, and Coco theater reactions are awesome. The power couple for sure.
Yep.
You know, like Midsommar could make you feel uncomfortable, and I like that it does that. You know, I think horrors
very uncomfortable
push you in that way. So yeah,
I think it was perfect. The story being with the college kids that are so afraid to offend anybody. So
the dumbest boyfriend, the real idiotic boyfriend.
Yeah, they let themselves be killed so they don't basically offend anybody. They take the drugs they're supposed to take. Like, oh, I don't want to offend their culture. Yeah, I'll drink the pubic hair fucking tea and all this shit. Like,
you notice the one tea is darker than the rest of them that the one asshole boyfriend is taking. It's darker than the rest of the teas, and he's still taking it. And then the old dude right in front of him claps his hands right in front of him, and you're like, oh shit! Stuff just went down real quick.
Yeah, but I mean, normal people would be like, no, I'm the fucking here. I'm out of here, and I will beat my way out of this fucking place. The college kids are like of this generation are just like, no, let's absorb their culture. Let's try and be nice. We don't want to offend anybody, and even to the point where they get killed.
Well, I'm going to get married, and I'm going to consummate the relationship with this woman. Sure, let's just go into this temple type place. Sure, no problem. I'm all for that.
All these hags. Sure, let's do that. Brian says, he's liking the compliments. Brian gets a lot of compliments. Let's all calm down. It's enough. Trini says, my 6-year-old niece is obsessed with anime. Some things a 6-year-old shouldn't be watching. Yeah, anime.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just leave it at that.
Anime can go into some weird places. You do got to be kind of careful.
Everybody's singing at Brian's praises.
Yeah, man.
Let's knock it off. Caveman's asking, have you seen the animated Hobbit?
Yeah, back in the day, whatever. I remember watching that like in elementary school, whatever. If it's the same one you're talking about, and I was a fan of it, whatever. I mean, that's kind of what was my first introduction to the Hobbit back in the day, whatever. But whenever the Lord of the Rings came out, the first one, I went and read all the fucking books, whatever, and then of course watched all the movies. I'm a super fan of the new movies. And even the Hobbit, the trilogy of the Hobbit, I was a big fan of. But the animated Hobbit back in the day, that was my first introduction to it. Probably elementary school days, back in the early '80s.
Nice. Flipping Gizmo, dude, man, he just cracked me up. I'm sorry.
We got a bunch of 12-year-old girls in the chat.
Oh man.
Yeah, Benicio Holland's 101 years old.
Yeah, I'm pretty secure that Holland, whatever, has got like 12 TVs in his room, and he's literally on 7 live streams right now.
Yeah, you ever see 13 cameras?
Yeah,
that's Holland Oates.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. And I feel like Holland knows where I live. I feel like he's like spies on my house.
He's in the dark web. He's got everybody's fucking social security numbers and their credit cards. He's seeing what we're buying before the stream even starts, so he can get a jump start on the orders.
Yeah.
That emoji right there, Holland. That's how my hairline is at the moment.
Yeah.
They call it thinning hair. Yeah, we'll see.
Holland's man. We can't start a stream without Holland.
1918. Caveman says he's 54.
Foz is 54, or damn, Caveman's 54. Damn, I'm not going to look down the room then.
No. Okay. Moving on. Benicio's 36.
No, God, I hate Naruto so much. I'm just gonna say that.
Culture Trini's talking about Mads and Arctic.
Oh, dude, yeah, Trini. Right after I watched Polar, I went back and said I'm gonna watch all this motherfucker's movies, and the first thing I watched was Arctic, whatever. And dude, Arctic is fucking phenomenal.
He's a great
on
actor.
Netflix. If you haven't seen it, it's fucking great, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, huge fan of that movie. Yeah, it's I can't say enough about it. Just go see it. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. It's fantastic.
All right, here we go. Now this is fighting words. Benicio says Arnold over Stallone.
No. Benicio, you know I love you, but come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, Arnold's great. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger, but over Stallone, no.
Let me
The
ask you
introduction to Cobra should tell you all you need to know about Sylvester Stallone when he talks about the crimes going on like every hour, every minute, and stuff like that. That's haunting. Come on.
I could see potentially.
Go watch fucking Rocky Balboa when he gives that speech to his son, whatever, goddamn.
Yep.
There's nothing Arnold Schwarzenegger has ever done that could ever touch that. Arnold Schwarzenegger even a fucking mole on Stallone's ass.
Arnold could not do Copland.
No.
No. He could not.
I love Arnold. I'm not shitting on Arnold at all. Yeah. I love his movies. I own every fucking one of them. But Sylvester Stallone, when it gets right down to it, I mean, come on, man. I mean, look at Rocky fucking 1. Let's end the conversation.
Well, the better actor versus the better action star. I'd say Arnold's the better action star, but the better actor is Stallone.
It's Rutger Hauer. I mean, that's the Stallone versus Rutger Hauer. How good can you get with that back in the day?
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. Rocky 4, whenever fucking Apollo Creed dies, spoiler alert, when Rocky Creed dies in fucking Rocky 4, when Apollo Creed dies and Rocky and Sylvester Stallone gives fucking Drago that fucking look, if he dies, he dies.
Yeah.
Fuck Arnold Schwarzenegger. He can't touch that. There's nothing that makes me want to get up and beat somebody's ass more than that right there. So, yeah.
Whatever hits, he destroys.
So,
Alan, what about the scene between in Rocky 3 between Mickey and Rocky? When they're sitting there having that talk about him fighting.
Don't get me started. Don't get me
started.
Don't get me started.
God,
dude, Arnold Schwarzenegger. When it comes to an action movie, I might have to agree that maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger has some better action movies. But as far as acting goes, I mean, Sylvester Stallone. If you want to compare him to Arnold Schwarzenegger, I mean, come on, man.
Oh, when he gets up in 5 and he says, "Hey, Tommy." I didn't hear no bell.
Well,
my ring's outside. My ring's outside. I want to go out and paint my house and run 3 miles.
Well, Stallone's a mogul. I mean, Stallone's a mogul. Arnold, what are Arnold's writing credits?
True.
You know what I mean? It's a different thing.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'll argue to the fucking time I get in the fucking grave about fucking Sylvester Stallone. He's my favorite actor of all time. I mean, he's fucking Sylvester Stallone. I'm not gay, but if I was gonna be gay,
there you go. Benicio says, "I hate woke shit," and 13 is not woke at all. Yeah, he's just trolling.
No, it's not woke. Yeah, he's trolling for sure.
He knows how much I love that movie. Gizmo. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, he's been talking about
like
this.
That last stream
in there.
He's been talking about doing this for a while. He wants to do a top 100 superhero. I'm like, it would be fun, man, but I think we should like top 50 because 100 is just gonna take for fucking ever, man.
Well,
are there even 100 superhero movies worth talking about?
This is every time.
Top 100 stream. Jesus Christ, I don't want no part of that.
We did
Brightburn is a superhero movie. Then it goes completely out of the park with something else.
Right.
We did an Argento stream, and Gizmo was like, the second it came up, he's like, let's make it a top 20. Yeah. And it's like that every time. Whatever documentaries, let's make it a top 20. Let's make it a this. Let's make it a that. I'm like, dude, we don't have fucking 16 hours to do a stream here. It's 5 is pushing it. But that's how it goes. GCO, join us. Yeah, Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sculder, there's no pallbearers in Norway, just a garden gnomes and trolls. Yeah, very likely. Caveman Pop Sly may be 80, but he's in better shape. Making Expendables. Yeah, he's making another one, I guess. Yeah.
I hope it's rated R this time.
Yeah, it needs to be.
Yeah.
Trini, Brad always selling me out. Yep, of course. Anytime I can. Minicio, Delirium. No, not the B word, Brad. Okay. Uncle Torrance doing illegal stuff. I never believed that. Yeah, I mean, listen, I believe in trying before you buy, and the way the theater system is nowadays. And I don't know, man. Like, the last few times I went to the theater, it was like they didn't have the fucking projector wasn't working, or I'm getting carded. I look like Chris said he's 45. I look like his fucking uncle.
44.
And, so I'm like, I'm getting carded and stuff. It's like it's gone downhill. The popcorn sucks. It's just not the way it was. And it's like either get back into it or don't. That's the way I feel about it. I'd like them to. I don't know what they got to do to get things back to the way they were.
One thing I would love to do is just go to those
shithole area too, though, Brad. You were in a fucking.
How dare you? The South is a wonderful, fucking great place.
You were in a shitty part of the South, though, man. You were in a fucking.
There is no fucking. That's all a shitty part.
You were lucky there was a projector.
The South is going to rise again.
Tell him, Pop.
I got nothing. I don't even own property there anymore. So, moving on. Kevin, I have started going into the movies blind. Trailers show a lot of strong. Yeah, it's another thing. This is what we're talking about. It's like the fucking. It's like you're damned if you do, you're damned. You better just stream the fucking thing before you pay money for it, because you can't watch the trailer because the trailer will fucking ruin the whole goddamn.
Go back and watch the trailers from like the 80s and 70s, where the trailers back in the day they gave away everything.
Mm.
If you go back and watch some classic trailers from some old movies, I have a Vudu account. And you go and you watch some trailers from these old movies, and it's like those trailers were horrible. They gave away fucking all the kills, all the good shit.
Yeah,
worse than nowadays, really.
But in like let's say 2000 to 2010, like it seemed like there was good stuff coming out, very interesting stuff, and the trailer was very vague back then. Whereas now it's like Halloween Kills. Remember that trailer when it fucking shows all the slaughter throughout the whole trailer? I don't know.
Especially because you have the Red Band trailers now too, so they'll show you all the
violent ones. Uncut trailers, as I call
them. Yeah, it's like you just gotta stay away from trailers.
Yeah.
The one I have to admit, just going back to F-13 Part 6, you just see the tombstone and that's it, and you're like,
yeah.
What's
going to happen? Get excited, man. That's it. Just keep it simple.
The 2003 Texas Chainsaw remake. I saw a trailer for it in the theater, and the trailer was a dark screen, and it was somebody running, closing doors,
right,
breathing and stuff like that, and then the chainsaw rips up, and then it cuts Texas Chainsaw onto the screen, and that's the whole fucking trailer. And it's everybody was jacked up, everybody went and saw it.
That's when they're called teasers.
Yeah, a teaser is better than a trailer, but
yeah.
Caveman, an awesome but not on acclaimed movie, is Long Kiss Goodnight. Hell yeah, that's a great great femme fatale type flick with Sam Jackson's great in it, and there's a whole lot of people in that cast. John Doe Juggalo. This may be a spam account, but okay.
If not, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
What's going on? Say hi to everybody.
I love it. Hey, just skip over that motherfucker. Fucking
Gizmo, if you want to say crazy shit, come on to the stream.
He's got the fucking link. He's got one. He's like this right now. He's like this.
Gizmo. We're not talking about
just fucking
I'm talking about that guy, buddy.
That's what Brian's talking about right there. Sorority House Massacre is limited release from Scream Factory.
Very nice.
I think it's already sold out.
It's sold out.
Yeah.
That almost looks like the cover for
This is one of the first Scream Factory website exclusive releases that have sold out in quite a while. So I'm glad I grabbed that one.
Let's see. Hoax says, "What's up, Hoax?" He says, "Beau's Afraid is a must-watch. One of the wildest things I've ever seen. I've seen this year. I hear a lot of good things about it."
Yeah, I'm a big Ari Aster fan. Obviously, after Hereditary and Midsommar, or whatever. But I've heard mixed things about that. But I'm definitely going to check it out.
Joaquin Phoenix is the man.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is one of my favorite actors. I mean, I love Joaquin Phoenix since the Joker, even before the Joker.
What's the runtime on? I heard it's over 3 hours, something like that.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours. Yeah. I've heard good and bad, so I'm definitely going to check it out.
Brian's looking forward to it. Jason Warner. Everybody's saying what's going on. Hoax is having a good time. Get him wasted enough, he can start spilling some secrets. Hoax, what crocodile is Synapse working on? Don May told me he's working on a movie called Crocodile. There's like 50 movies called Crocodile.
I remember seeing that in the chat.
Hoax will know.
He also mentioned in chat that Four Flies, I think, is being released from a German company on 4K. That may be a must-buy for me.
Well, if there's any conventions near you that Severn's at, it'll be on the table. You can buy theirs, or you can get that steel book.
That just completes the trilogy. I'm that type of completionist. I need that trilogy completed. I'm sorry. It's just one of those.
Jason says, "I need an energy drink. I fall asleep in the theater because of the damn recliners." Yeah, the new lay down fucking recliners where you can recline them to your fucking horizontal, basically.
Right.
My buddy does that. He falls asleep. I have to wake him up a little bit.
They're trying to get teenagers to have kids. Hoax energy drinks make me sleepy. Yeah. I think I'm pretty sure he was on a Dead Pit stream one time and they were trying to chisel him for information, maybe a different
information on stuff.
Brian says, "All I have to say, Arnold is the last action hero, is getting more praise and love now finally, but damn, it is such an underrated minute." Yeah, he's very good in that. I will give you 100%. He's acting really well in it, and that's very ahead of its time. The last action hero.
Absolutely.
Trini mentioned A Bronx Tale. That movie is very good. Chaz Palminteri, Robert De Niro, great cast. Joe Pesci at the end, dude.
Hoax asking where Jace is. I mean, you know how Jace is, dude. It's either streaming season or it's sports season. He's Australian. So he's out there playing tennis and baseball and all the shit he plays. So when he's done
streaming like they always do.
He'll get back on the stream. Holland top one superhero is Heather Langenkamp because moms are the real superheroes. There you go.
That's right.
Be yourself. That's what's really cool. Jason Warner, The 6th Day is an Arnold movie I like, but hardly hear anything about it. Yeah, that's a good one with the cloning.
Yeah.
Trini saying the band broke up. Yeah. Jace is another one just kind of takes long absences. Brian says he loves The 6th Day. The whole clone repet thing is really cool. Also, Michael Rappaport and Michael Rooker. Yeah, it's interesting the way they did that. Total Recall, but kind of a twist. Even like not even Total Recall, but Steve saying it's a killer shirt. Alan, he said, "Where'd you order it from?"
There you go.
He asked him too fast.
Yeah, fuck, I don't remember the name of the site. I'll send it to you, Steve. It says I got it on my Instagram account. Somebody else in the chat here.
Brent Madison.
Yeah, Brent Madison is one that gave me the link to it. I'll send it to you on Instagram. But
our theaters get fucking packed. Popcorn tastes great. It's normal as it can get over here in our theater. Can sell out. Dolby Cinema theater. It feels like Brian lives in fucking Tampa, a gigantic metro.
Yeah, I was gonna say my theaters are all good too, but it's kind of the same thing for me.
Right back.
Hoax says trailers are for simps. I totally agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost to the point where I don't want to get to the theater early. I almost want to get there after the trailers,
Hoax having a great time. Sculder, he waits for a wedding gift from Criterion. Hoax. Trini, same thing, no trailers. Some movies have 2-3 trailers nowadays. Yeah, like in the second one, it's always the second trailer that just fucking they fill everything.
Yeah, you got the teaser, you got the first trailer, the last trailer, final trailer that shows everything.
And TV spots.
Knock at the Cabin. Trailer 1 looked good. Trailer 2 was basically the entire plot.
Yeah. And then you have the TV spots that they do sometimes for these movies. I'm like, Jesus, man, you're basically just showing the whole movie at this point.
Hope says he gets pink flamingos from Criterion. Yeah, fuck that movie. John Doe Juggalo, he says, not a spam account, just a physical media lover. Well, that's good, man.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome, man.
Welcome.
Right.
We have some every now and again, and the people that like to come back with different names and stuff. So, Scalder, I don't care about spoilers, so I still watch the trailers. But yeah, you're making trailers has gone down the toilet. Yeah, it's a going out of business sale. You know, it's like that's what I feel like these movies are. It's like just pack them in just for that opening weekend, and who fucking cares if anybody comes back? You know, we made these movies for nothing. We just need a little bit of good weekend, and the movie can go right in the trash after that. Right on cue, Crocodile, 1979, Hoax. That's the one. I believe that was
Nice.
what I heard too. That'll be cool. I'll be picking that up. Jaws ripoff. Culture Trini, I'm happy to have a Bronx Tale on 4K. I didn't even know that was coming out.
Yeah, I said it was coming out.
Fine. That doesn't have a Blu-ray.
That's insane.
Probably did.
That movie doesn't have a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean,
I don't know if Ken mentioned it on his video he did earlier today.
Yeah. Jason Werner opera coming to a 4K in Germany. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw
It's
that.
a media book, I think.
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah.
Allie, what's going on? She says, I usually avoid trailers for movies I'm excited for so I can go into things totally surprised. All I need is to convince me to see a movie is an interesting plot and a good cast. Yeah.
What's going on, Allie?
Kind of the way
I
it's
did that for I remember that because I saw no trailer for it. I just went in and saw it with friends of mine, and some people don't like it a lot. I do. Hellfest was, my goodness, I hadn't seen a good slasher in a long time. That's really impressed me for some reason. I don't know, it's weird. That's before I saw the Funhouse. So
Yeah, I really liked Hellfest a lot too, man. That's a great Halloween movie watch too, because that's got the Halloween stuff all over the place. So if you're looking for like a good, movie to watch around, like people like to watch like Trick or Treat and obviously classic Halloween around Halloween time. Hellfest is another one of those.
that actual cable Sci-Fi Channel used to show that all the time. Yeah, it's great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Trini's saying that Jace, it's football season, so yeah. But you lose Jace whenever the sports start going on. He's fucking a degenerate gambler. He's Australian people, if you don't know them, they're nuts when it comes to sports. They like 10 TVs on, they love it. So
I wouldn't call it football.
Soccer.
Call it soccer.
yeah,
I mean, it's soccer. But
whatever it is. But yeah, he's busy.
Well,
With that shit. He'll be back. Hoax says Inferno just got a new 4K restoration.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That could either be Synapse, you think, or Arrow, one or the other. I bet you it's Arrow. Maybe Blue Underground, right? Who the fuck has it? Somebody has. Who has the Inferno?
Is that Severin?
No, I think it's Blue Underground. Yeah, it's Blue Underground, and that would make sense for them to do a 4K re-release. That's all they fucking do.
Right.
Scalder, Aussie rules. There are no rules. Yeah, it's all rules over there. We won't get into that. Trini, Umbrella Entertainment has a Blu-ray of Bronx Tale. Great. PQ. Really? I did not. Oh, so that's over Umbrella. I guess what I meant to say was a U.S. Blu-ray. You know what the fuck I mean, Trini. Scalder, I think UK and a Bronx Tale. Yeah, that Scalder's from fucking Narnia. See, when we say stuff, we mean America. Scalder, jump on here. I can fucking strangle you. Scalder says the UK Blu-ray is pure shit. Yeah. Okay, so it's not soccer. It's Australian Football League. It's actual American football. Allie says, I think John Joe Juggalo is up there with Damn Dirty Ape as the most memorable usernames go. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a good name.
Brent says, hoping Street Trash 4K comes out this year. I talked to Don May about it. He's working on it. I think there's rights issues.
Yeah, that'd be a great release.
All right, we are caught up in the chat. So we're going to show off some pickups here.
All right, I got like 5 or 6 I want to show when we get.
Yeah, we're just going to go around once. I got about, I don't know, 8 here, something like that. We'll just go around once and do them all.
You I just picked out for the heck of it, but I'm done with my little stack that I have here of the random stuff I've gotten through the month.
Yeah, everybody got this. Living with Chucky, Blu-ray. Excited to check this documentary out. Don't know a lot about it. We'll check it out.
It's number 3, man. It's number 3. Come on.
I got this from Don May.
It is.
This is a Synapse exclusive. You can only get it through Synapse. I don't know how many it is. It's not. It's only supposed to be, I don't know, 1 of 1,500 or whatever. But it's a movie I'm not a big fan of. But I want to, give it another shot and pick up a release of it. But it's the Document of the Dead.
Yeah, man.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you get this on Synapse's website or at a convention.
Okay. Very nice.
Definitely check that out sooner or later. Got the Nest. I traded Alan for this. Screen
It's
Factory
not the
release.
book. The same name.
Yeah. Great bonus
Fun
features
movie.
on this release.
A fun movie though.
All one of them on audio commentary. Also from Synapse, I got Curtains.
Ooh.
Heard a lot about this. This is a blind buy for me. But
Is that a slasher?
I don't know. Looks like it.
Am I thinking of something else? It was someone that looked kind of dressed up like a woman, kind of like a funky mask or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that looks like this. But I haven't seen it. Seemed like it was kind of hard to get. Picked it up at the table. Well, not hard to get, but a little pricey. Picked it up at the table. MVD sale stuff. Blue Underground MVD sale. I got God Told Me To. Don't know anything about it. I've never seen it. Just kind of wanted to grab it, check it out. These were pretty
It
cheap.
looks like James Garner a little bit.
Yeah, $20 or so for 4Ks with slip. It's pretty good. Toolbox Murders. This is not the greatest, but I think it is a video nasty, and
it's not the greatest.
Yeah, it's not the greatest, but it has its points. The killer in this is so fucking terrible at killing that it's almost unintentional comedy. It's like this old guy, and
it's a guy that has a toolbox that kills people.
Yeah,
and there you go. That's
he's
the movie.
Pathetic as a murderer. So I definitely enjoy that one. But for that reason, but it's obvious from the beginning who the fucking killer is. Like he's like anyway, I wouldn't recommend it, but it does have some good unintentional comedy. I did pick up the Sorority House Massacre. I picked up a few copies of this because
it's good you did because that sold out pretty quick. It's good you got that.
One of the first in a while. Like Alan was saying, good bonus features on it at least, unlike that fucking the nesting.
And interesting thing about that one is they've had a lot of side exclusive releases that have not sold out. And that's the first one in probably a year that has actually sold out the way their old side exclusives used to. That's the first one in a while that has sold out pretty quick. So there's that.
Last one I got in, I just got this in today. I had to upgrade it. I mentioned on my stream earlier, but the Henry 4K limited edition from Arrow.
It's awesome.
The standard edition is really, really anemic on features. The standard edition, so you kind of have to get the limited edition if you want the extra bonus materials, which there's a lot of them. 2 full-length documentaries. So I had to get this, even though I had the standard edition. But that is my haul. Let's catch up with the chat real quick, so we don't get so far behind this time. Let's see here. Disney. Hoax says, no, I believe it's actual football. Hoax says Disney has it here right now, but Blue Underground had the license last. So
interesting. Okay.
Who knows? John Joe Juggalo, thanks. I've been using the username since 2005. Well, that's good, man. Glad to have you here.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, appreciate you being there, man.
Training Holland, those are fighting orders. Scalder, I don't have a Bronx Tale, so 4K will be the first for me. I can't fucking. I know Scalder a little bit. I've heard him talk. It's hard for me not to read his comments and his voice. So for all you real fans, if you know what Scalder sounds like, he sounds like a fucking Bond villain.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Folks, Living with Chucky was sadly mild. Wow, that's
yeah, that sucks. I haven't watched it yet, but
it's a docu-series, right? So
it's documentary, so
yeah, they probably played.
I just get it because I'm a fan of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Jason Werner, Curtains is a slasher. Yeah.
Nice.
It's these Europeans. This is what I'm talking about. None of this shit matters. Okay, American football. Okay, it's the reason the Brits are playing it now. Jason Werner, the blue looks great too. For I don't know which one he's talking about.
He's talking about Curtains.
Curtains probably. What's Synapse blue? This is probably Trini. Curtains is a good one, Brett. Yeah, I've heard about it. I just for some reason didn't have it. Ben Grimm says he likes the Toby Hooper remake, Toolbox Murders. I've heard good things about it. I don't think I've seen it. Trini says he loves Toolbox Murders. I believe it's a New York movie, so there you go. That's what Trini likes it. Scalder, nice haul, Brad. No basket case to ruin it. Well, as soon as I come out with the 4K, believe me, it'll happen.
What's the dude's last name? Hernwater?
Yeah. Henenlotter, yeah.
Henenlotter.
What'd you get in, Anthony?
Well, on Brad's recommendation, this is my books.
Let's go.
We got Feast, unrated.
Oh, fucking great movie.
Oh, you
feature.
Finally went to Hamilton Books.
Yep. I've been saving this for this stream. We didn't do a stream last week, so I was saving it for this one. But yeah, Hamilton Books.
I have that on that DVD collection set that I got. The first
I have that set too. The unrated set.
That's a great set.
Fun ass movie.
Films on it, yeah. But
I'm shocked it was on there.
Yeah. Bloody, really funny like creature feature. Man, I loved it.
Nice.
Yeah, such a fun time. I love how every time they introduce a character, they give them a little bit of text to like who they are. Like this is your hero of the story, and it's funny. Really good to watch.
Hang on, Anthony. This is important.
Yeah.
Up your ass, Scalder. There you go.
Trini has spoken.
And then, of course, we got Wolf Creek 2.
Hell yeah, man. I love those movies.
Heads up on that. They're releasing a collector's edition of the first Wolf Creek. I think
I got pre-orders. I fucking love those movies, man. I'm a recent fan of last year or so. I love those movies.
Region free, baby, all the way.
Yeah, man. This is phenomenal, man.
I love that.
It's just, yeah. It's so good. I can't wait to watch the show. I've got the first season on DVD. I'm going to watch that next, but these movies are great. They're just so much fun.
I mean, Freddy Krueger and fucking Crocodile Dundee had a baby.
Exactly.
The greatest villain ever, dude.
And what I love about it is the tone is so much different from the first film to this film. Like it really is. There's kind of like there's more like humor and stuff in this, like dark humor, but I would say there's a little bit more humor, and it's all shot basically in the daytime as opposed to the first film. Which was basically all at night.
If you haven't seen the 2 seasons of the TV series, watch those because if you're a fan of the movies, the TV series are fucking phenomenal.
Yep, I've got the first.
I haven't watched a second of any of those fucking films or TV series that have been great. I love them.
And then I got the Giallo Essentials here.
First one I bought. Yep, right there.
Nice yellow box set here. Hamilton Books has it really cheap.
That's Torso.
Yep. Not that one. That one. And that one.
Your daughters, that's a good one.
So look forward to checking these out.
What have they done to your daughters is a sequel to What Have They Done to Solange?
Solange, yep.
Not necessarily a direct sequel, but it is a sequel. I have a spare copy that Gizmo gave me of Solange. I'll have to get it out of storage and send it to you.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
It was in that contest I won that he had.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
And then I bought from Orbit DVD when me and Johnny went up there.
And then my last thing from Hamilton Books here is Freaks and Geeks, man, the complete series. This was only 14.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, only $14.99. This show, man, I'm telling you, for anyone who's like a big fan of like the Breakfast Club, stuff like that, you know, this is basically the Breakfast Club in like television form. And it's only
just had the DVD set, I think. So that's the first time I've seen the Blu-ray. So,
yeah, $14.99 on Hamilton Books, man. That's a deal. 18 episodes is some of the best TV you'll watch, man. I mean, it is just that good. Seth Rogen, Jason Segel, John Francis Daley, you know, James Franco. There's so many recognizable faces in this. It's a great show, and you know, there's only 18 episodes, and you get 28 commentaries. 28. Yeah, because some of the episodes have 2 different commentaries for them. That's how much the producers and the writers, which is Kevin Feige and Judd Apatow.
Kevin Feige. Wow.
Back when they were good. This was when they were doing really good stuff. You know what I mean? Because this came out between 1999 and 2000. Yep. And the show is set in 1980. It's like 1980 to like 1981. And you get the soundtrack. Dude, I don't know how they got the licensing to all these like classic rock songs and shit, but it's insane. I mean, the music alone is just fantastic. Every episode features like just this great classic rock, you know, music and everything. It's just great. You got to watch it. Brian Goes Blue. Brian, if you haven't seen this show, I guarantee you'll love this. You and Coco should definitely watch this together. Because I know Brian, one of his favorite films of all time is The Breakfast Club. So,
what network did that show on? What network was that under? I wasn't MTV, was it? No,
I don't think so. I think it was just one of the basic networks. I'm not sure. Though. I didn't watch it when it first came out. I caught it.
Me neither. I saw reruns of it. So
yeah, but it's also got Linda Cardellini too. You know, right in there. I mean, look, you got Sam Levine over here and Martin Starr. All these familiar faces. I mean, look at these guys. You know, Judd Apatow used this whole damn cast in like most of his early to mid 2000s comedies. You know,
CBS.
Yeah, CBS. Yeah, I saw it.
CBS. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the Hamilton book stuff. Next up, we got It's Not Human Yet. The Thing.
Nice.
Yeah, the nice Yellow Book edition.
From Freaks and Geeks was NBC. What it says
NBC, there.
Yeah. Oh, NBC. Okay. I knew it was one of the basic.
That's a nice steel book. That's really nice. That's one of the nice ones I've seen.
Yeah, this is a great. Yeah, Walmart exclusive. It was only $19.99 when I bought it, so I mean it's a great deal. I mean, if you like, it's the this is the prequel to The Thing. It's a fun movie.
I liked it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And then of course I got Living with Chucky, like everybody else.
You had to get that. You knew.
I had to get.
Everybody knew. I'm surprised you just ordered one, just to make sure you got a good one in.
Had to have it. And
don't know if you're going to get the slip or not.
Yeah. Last but not least, we got Dazed and Confused, man. Had to get this nice Criterion release of it.
Yeah.
Really badass.
Yeah, I upgraded my 4K too, whatever. I hate it was the same packaging, but it's a little bit thicker. But yeah, I love that movie. I had to get the 4K.
Yeah. So, yep, had to get that. Comes with a ton of stuff in here, and obviously, all sorts of special features, and yeah, I mean, I can't wait to dig into this, and that's it. That's the whole shebang.
All right, let's catch up with the chat. I'm just gonna put this out here again. I totally agree with you, Trini. Absolutely, it is.
Yeah.
Jason Warren, Curtains Blu-ray looks great. Yeah, I'm sure it does, man. I mean, talking to Don May. I mean, he chapter and verse basically said everything we already know, that he hates disc replacements. He hates, he wants it to be perfect before it goes out.
I'm always hesitant of that. Like, I guess it was with Friday the 13th Part 3D. I guess it is. There's something up with the disc. I'm like, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm just not. It is what it is with that.
Let's see. Scalder says it's a masterpiece of shit. It's a masterpiece of shit. In Scalder's words.
It's an interesting.
Scalder, he says he only has the black box of Giallo boxes. Got all the other individual releases. Yeah, it's about the same for me. Like a lot of them I already had, so there's no point in picking up the boxes. But they're
That
nice.
Sergio Martino box set I'm kind of hesitant to get because I think I have a few of those already.
Allie says she's a big fan of Freaks and Geeks.
Yes. Nice, Ellie.
I've never seen Freaks and Geeks, but I love all the guys from that show. I need to watch that.
It's got a huge cult, following.
Yeah, I need to grab that release and watch
I think
it.
it's only one
I've never
season.
seen
It is. It's only one season. It's 18 episodes. Each episode's like around 45 minutes, and like I said, it's only $14.99 on Hamilton Books for the Blu-ray.
Did Shout Factory put that out?
It is, yeah, and it's Shout Factory. Yeah, thank you.
I thought.
Yeah, I meant to say that. Yeah, it's a Shout Factory release. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Great set, man. Yeah, Shout
Not
Factory.
even gonna try
Awesome
to say
set.
your name. There's 65. Is Anthony your real brother? 4K tent. I was always told by my mother. Well, I was told by my sisters that my mother said that I had a brother. So you never know. I think of us as the same person. It's like those Rob Lowe commercials. Where it's like low energy Rob Lowe, and like you can figure out which one's which.
Right.
Jack Dempsey.
Caveman movies and more. Brad's statement on today's youth being woke. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. All of them killed themselves basically by being so unaware. Yeah, that's a great movie. That's hilarious. You kids have got to be more careful.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil is hilarious.
Yeah, it's fun. That's a fun movie for sure.
You guys going camping? It's a Blu-ray. No thanks. Well, what are you talking about there? Cal Daly, Pop, send me that Superman set.
Yeah, the Steelbook.
Oh
Very
yeah,
pretty.
yeah, man. Oh,
Yeah, man, that fucking thing's
holy
badass.
shit, that thing is so sweet.
Ding ding.
Scalder, I need to upgrade the Days DVD to a 4K. Yeah, it's the same Criterion release, but it's a 4K now. So yeah, it's that with all the night scenes and stuff. I think it would be a sharp 4K.
With Criterion releasing Thelma and Louise, I totally forgot that was a Ridley Scott movie. That just looks totally out of his element to make a movie like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, you got to remember, man, he's still working hired hand, so sometimes you get paid to do
Love
something. Cal Daly, thoughts on Bruce Lee Arrow set? Enter Dragon not being a 4K, that's a bummer.
I'm so twisted on that because I have most of those movies from Shot Select, but I really want to get that set, man. I don't know. I'm kind of
more excited about the Empire set. The Empire set I'll be picking up for sure from Arrow.
Oh, I forgot to say the most important thing about Freaks and Geeks. It takes place in Michigan. Set in Michigan.
Nice.
There you go.
Where I'm from.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Devil's Night.
Alley Freaks and Geeks is such an easy binge. I think you'd like it, Pops.
Yeah, I need to pick that up for sure.
Yeah.
Caveman Movies and More. I've had the DVD set Freaks and Geeks since 2005. Yeah, I mean, most of the TV shows, it's like they were only on DVD for a long time.
Yeah, Seinfeld, and there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Everybody Loves Raymond, King and Queen. I mean, all those shows from the 90s.
Get in, Chris.
Okay, just real quick, I'll just go through what I've gotten through the months. Okay, so I'm trying to go in order, but I'll go as quickly as I can here. So when this was the last, so this is basically a few Kinos from the few Kino sales, like a couple of them. So, and it is from Redemption Films, and that's The Hatchet and the Honeymoon from Mario Bava. Love, ever since I saw Blood and Black Lace, and that was on Amazon, trying to get the subtitles right for that, which is really funny. That movie's way ahead of its time to me. It looks beautiful in HD. That's all I'm going to say about that. That movie's a masterpiece to me. This was the one I thought was something else, and that was Coming Apart. So I mentioned this movie real quick and stuff like that. Basically, the synopsis, Rip Torn, gives one of the great screen performances as a psychiatrist secretly filming his own mental breakdown in Milton Moses's Ginsberg classic exploration of dark eroticism and self blah 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 cinematic form, so I'm like going, that's an interesting pickup. And then of course Whipping the Body.
Oh yeah,
Chuck has a better version of this.
Yeah.
And I'm jealous. That's it for some of the keynotes that I got real quick from Arrow. This was when I mentioned this, they're like buy whatever, get one. Which one? The free one basically to me was the 12 Monkeys that I showed. So Reanimator.
Oh yeah.
Great release.
And Bloody Birthday. So this would be a good double feature with Happy Birthday to Me, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
The synopsis of it. Okay. Stack number 2 here. Let's do some Scream Factory stuff. I just waited till this went down a little bit on Scream Factory and I got it. And that is Deadly Friend. I love this movie so much.
Oh, yeah.
Underrated Wes Craven movie. I saw this on TV and I'm like, the scene with the old lady, and I forget her name, and the girl here with the basketball, I don't know what it is, and he just hits her head explodes, and she makes the most funkiest sound just walking around. I'm like, dude. So that George A. Romero's Land of the Dead with the late great Dennis Hopper. Very late great Dennis Hopper. I miss him a lot. Underrated movie to me.
Yeah,
when I first time I saw it, I was like going, it's okay, but I've learned to appreciate it as I get older.
It's definitely a fun one, man.
Yeah, I watched it again last year, and I'm a big fan of that one. I like it. I enjoy it.
And then not finally, but of course, Day of the Dead.
Oh yeah,
yeah, fuck yeah.
I had to get this because it's Serafini, Tom Serafini.
Tom Savini,
and his greatness. The song ripping that dude apart is so worth it. And then this guy, I was glad that they released this.
Fuck yeah.
That's the most iconic picture I've ever seen, and this is where the law stops and I start.
Yep.
Sucker. So, a quick one from RLGE.
Ooh.
Dark Glasses.
Argento,
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Argento movie. He was kind of slacking a little bit, but when he has help, it's good. So. And then some quick Vinegar Syndrome purchases I did, and this was from one of the streams you all did, so I had to get it. Graduation Day.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Because I forget who mentioned it. That was originally like a trauma movie and stuff like that too, but it's a slasher, so I have to get stuff like this. And I remember seeing some of this movie, considering the back is this right here. And I do remember the opening to this. So good stuff. That, and then to Brad's awesome recommendation on Category 3 movies, and I have to make sure I don't show the back of this, is this guy right here. So, I'm into everything Anthony Wong happens to do. I appreciate Brad. I'm blessed by Brad by telling me about the Untold Story. I got the Unearthed version of that, and that's a movie where that one basically scene with the woman, you all know what I'm talking about, still haunts me. That sticks with you because I've never seen anything like that ever. And I've watched stuff that can make people like freak out. So
that's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I haven't watched, I do have the 4K of Ebola Syndrome. I have not watched that one yet, but I mean, that Category 3 in there is like, that story's like
Syndrome
it shows that
shit.
scene. Yeah. Another one from RLGE through Shudder, of course. I had to get the Steelbook because it looked pretty cool because I'm into that more adult animation type stuff, and that's Spine of Night. But you may see a little dent in that. I don't know if you do. Yes, you do. So it is what it is with that.
That's a cool Steelbook, man.
It is. It's good. I'm going to mention this. This was the last time I was at Best Buy. And this is when I decided, this is before they started. They were starting to remodel, but this is when I'm done. So this masterpiece right here. There's 2 discs in here. I'm going to open this up real quick and show you. And yeah, it's loose because there was supposed to be something on this side right here. And it wasn't. It's like some piece of foam or something like that. And it came off.
Oh, wow.
Every one of those was loose. That I saw.
I've heard that before. Loose disc.
The other one I got was the steelbook that they had of Red Dawn. So that one was fine. My recent pickups from Ronin Flicks, I had to get this. This movie gets me all the time, and that's the Delta Force.
Yeah, man.
Insane.
That's
Lee Marvin.
Lee Marvin.
Just that scene at the end in the plane. Well, boss, I'll see you when I see you. And he sits down, and he has that look on his face like, yeah, it's Chuck Norris, and that's one of my all-time favorite movies from him. Next to Missing in Action 2. That's deep stuff that he does in action movies. And then the last one from Ronin Flicks, which may be one of the most controversial revenge movies ever made, and that's I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
great release.
So other ones I picked up recently, like I said, I got Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker, stuff like that. I'll be all recommendations, and one of these days I'll do a video and maybe show off my collection. You've seen pictures of that, and so all good. Like I said, I'm waiting for my Versus releases to come because I ordered those yesterday. So that it can be sometimes short, sometimes long, and that's of 5 Women for the Killer, and then that Vacation of Terror 1 and 2. I want to get into more home invasion type stuff. Last House on the Left, like remake type stuff. I really love that remake, and I like movies like that, and Closed and Houses and stuff like that too. So I have to keep my eye out. Like I think the one you mentioned, Brad, was it called House at the End of the Park or something like that? I forget who released that.
There's House on the Edge of the Park is Severin's got it. 88 Films has got it. They both got 4Ks of it. 88's got a 4K already out, and Severin's putting a 4K out. So
it's like,
out.
And and then that Texas Chainsaw Massacre. When Chuck did that video, I'm like going, you know what? And I'm an F-13 fanboy, always will be. But I mean, that box he showed off looks sexy as hell, and I'm like,
it's a nice set. All right.
The Winnie the Pooh one just would be for the heck of it. And I remember watching a review of that, some British dude's YouTube review of that, and it's great. Basically, he does the brutality of these movies, and he does the brutality of Winnie the Pooh, and it shows a scene where Pooh like slaps some chick. I think is that like does something like that. He says he slaps her because he hates women. So I'm like, yeah. So I mean, he's Jason Voorhees with a mask on.
I haven't seen it. I've not heard much about it even. So I got to check it out.
He's still making, I believe, that Bambi horror movie, dude. I mean, I ordered because on Amazon it's sold out, and I'm not paying like 20 something bucks for that. Diabolic had it for like $20. They had it on back order, so I'm just waiting.
Nice.
Kal-El's a big fan of Detroit.
There we go.
Another thing we need the Crow 4K, and that'll probably happen once the new Skarsgård movie comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. Sculder, I'll stick with the Criterion Blue set for the Bruce Lee's. Yeah, I'm hearing that a lot.
I almost grabbed that as well, but like I said, I got all these movies on fucking Shout Select. I never grabbed the Criterion either. But it's great looking set.
Kal-El saying Sculder, that Criterion set is nice. Oh yeah. Little Cobra quote from 65 here. He says, "You're the disease, I'm the cure." I don't do that goes. I put them away.
I don't shop here. It's okay. I don't shop here.
Just chugging a warm Coors Original Tall Boy in the middle of the grocery store. The thing about that movie is, I do love it. It's Cosmatos, but they got SWAT teams at the opening. The opening of the movie, there's a guy that's, he's taken over a grocery store. He's shot a few people. It's a hostage situation. They got SWAT teams. Every cop on the force is out front there. We're helpless. Call the bastard. They call in a guy.
He's got a double barrel sawed off, doesn't he?
I mean, come on, man. It is fucking Stallone. I mean, what do you
shotgun?
What do you expect?
And he's got a bomb. And they call in Sylvester Stallone in street clothes and a gun stuck in the front of his pants.
No, and he's got the match, dude. He's got the match in his mouth.
He
don't fuck with the match.
He doesn't go through a skylight or sneak in the back door. He goes right in the front door and just casually strolls around the store, finds himself a beer, finds the PA,
That's right.
Dirtbag, starts talking shit to him, and then
Yeah.
It throws a knife. I mean, it's just like this
You're
is the guy
one thing.
who got
Crime is the
killed.
fucking disease. He's the fucking cure.
I'm the
Dude. I mean, come on.
cure. What is it? He's all in his partner saying is like, what's he part of? The Zombie Squad. What's the Zombie Squad? The bottom line.
Yeah, I like Monty, played by the guy from Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Monty, and he's just like he's like, listen, this is not jumping through a window, okay? This is real police work.
That's a slasher. The way the dude takes out the
It's
nurse
definitely
in
a
the
slasher.
hospital.
It's definitely a
Ew.
slasher. The night slasher. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, see this right here, this comment right here made me fucking Google real fast. Chuck Norris fucking died
Yeah,
last night.
that's true.
I mean, don't say R.I.P. Chuck Norris. Don't fuck with me like that.
Scolder, before the performance, Chuck Norris breaks someone else's leg. For luck. There you go.
For luck. That's the first movie I ever saw, really, that I can recall, where it's a hostage situation. It's literally terrorists taking over a plane. And you look back at that now and you're like, holy mo! I mean, it's deep stuff. When he goes up to the woman who's from Israel, I think it is, and she's trying to hide her ring or something like that, and the dude sees it. He takes it off and licks his finger, puts it on his finger. I'm like, dang, dude.
Yeah. 65 saying, I bet you guys don't own the guinea pig series from Japan. No, I do not own them. I know what they are.
Too bad Gizmo's not here.
Yeah, that's
Gizmo
a
probably has
That
everything.
Category 3 doc on the Untold Story talks about that exploitation or whatever it is, films on Japan. Because Japan make no joke. Japan had some ruthless stuff going on during the time.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never heard of the guinea pig series from Japan.
Yeah, you can live the rest of your life without it seeing them. Trust me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, very true.
65. Charlie Sheen was convinced that the guinea pig movie had a real murder in it. That is where the Snuff movie came from. Movie idea came from. Huh.
Interesting.
I could believe he'd be convinced of that.
Yeah.
MechPilot 77. What's your pre-order list look like for this year? Well, Alan, how much time you got?
Fuck, that's
That's a whole nother story.
I got a bunch.
Everything. That's everything. I'm gonna probably pre-order the Empire set from Arrow.
The core looks interesting in 4K. I haven't seen the core in a long time. Not the core. Not the core. What is it? That comic? Yeah, Deep Impact. I'm sorry. Excuse me for that blasphemy.
I'm just bringing up my Best Buy app right now, and this is just me bringing it up real fast. I got Ant-Man and the Wasp because I got all the Marvel Steel books. I got John Wick Chapter 4 pre-ordered. I got Crank, the Crank Steelbook pre-ordered. I love fucking Crank. Crank's fucking badass.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what else I got on just the Best Buy site. I got the People Under the Stairs from Scream Factory pre-order from Best Buy.
It's underrated Wes Craven movie.
I'm scrolling through real quick. Knock on the Cabin, I got that pre-ordered.
How about you, Anthony? You get the Mallrats 4K pre-ordered from Arrow?
No, not yet, man. I might get it, but
I got the Blu-ray of that.
I
probably
is so
4K.
good. You know, the Arrow release I have already is just so.
Hey, you got to get the slip with the
sailboat.
Yeah.
It's a schooner.
Yeah.
You dumb bastard. A sailboat. A schooner is a sailboat. You know what? There is no Easter Bunny. I love that movie.
Brent, I have a few here I can show whatever fast, whatever. I can show what I picked up, whatever. It ain't much.
Get caught up with the chat, and then we'll see what Alan.
Come up with the chat, whatever. Throw me up there. I'll show what I got. Ain't much, but it's a few things.
Jason saying Freaks and Geeks was NBC, I think. Yeah.
That's what Google said.
Jason says, love Dazed and Confused. Still haven't upgraded my Blu-ray Criterion yet, though. Yeah, it's almost the same exact release.
Yeah, it looks exactly the same. It's just a little bit thicker than the actual Blu-ray release. A little bit thicker.
Shoulder saying the Dazed and Confused was one of the Criterions I got. Only had 3 Criterion DVDs. Yeah, I know that's one of the most popular ones. 65 says Best Buy sucks now. They give reward points. They don't give reward points anymore unless you buy stuff with a Best Buy credit card. Yeah, fuck them. Best Buy they're ruining that place. And I don't just mean physical media. I mean, you go in there and it's a miserable experience. 50 people jump down your throat. They want to know what you're in there for. You know, how can I help you? People are commission based. It's Circuit City.
They want to buy a washer and dryer or fucking, you know,
it's only for basement
refrigerator, and it's all different shit now.
It's like they're wannabe security guards. That's when I was there last time when they were doing that. And, you know, they had the place all like kind of like taped off like it's a crime scene or something like that. I'm like, you know what? I'm just done with that. I gave them a dirty look too. And I just got the F out of there because something bad maybe was about to happen.
Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking, man. I really don't.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have a lot to show that people ain't already showed, whatever, but I'll show you what I picked up. I did get the steelbook for the thing.
Yep, pretty cool. Yeah.
The last live stream we did, whatever, somebody had showed this, so I pre-ordered this. I ordered this from Walmart.com. Got this in a couple days ago. Actually, I got this in yesterday, I think. Still sealed. I haven't opened it yet, but I am a fan of this movie. As soon as this movie ends or whatever, and it shows the you know, kind of like go right into the original thing, whatever, I became an instant fan.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, I do enjoy the movie. It's a fun watch. So grab that if you hadn't seen it.
Yep.
You already showed this, whatever, but I picked up the pre-order for Sorority House Massacre. I had to grab that.
I'll go quickly.
Like everybody else, I grabbed, you know, Living with Chucky. I haven't watched it yet, but, you know, I had to grab it. Number 3 in the line. I did grab the double feature for Scream Factory, whatever, for Crime Zone and Future Kick. I have no fucking idea what these are, but I have all the Scream Factory titles you don't know because I'm a fucking idiot. And I had to grab this
looks
one
like Cobra. Almost looks like the same picture.
I'm sure these movies are absolute fucking ass juice, but I own it, so I'm proud. And I got The Haunting of Julia. Like 3 fucking boutique labels put this out at the same time.
Yeah.
But grabbed the Scream Factory title because I got all the collector's editions. Had to grab it. Didn't get the poster, all that shit. I think I got this from Best Buy actually. I don't give a shit about the posters or anything like that, so I just grabbed this from Best Buy. And I'm probably going to lose like 5 subscribers when I show this, but I'm an 80s kid, a 70s kid, and I don't have a lot of TV series in my collection, but I kind of been getting into this a little bit lately. So I got the Jeffersons.
Yeah.
The complete series.
Yeah.
I grew up on this fucking show. I know this is one of those shows that my dad back in the day, if this was on TV, he would get the remote control and put it down.
Hell yeah, that's a great show. Dude.
Yeah, this right here is fucking fantastic.
Coming from Archie.
I got about 7 or 8 shows like this that I want to put in my collection. This is definitely one of them. This is what I grabbed from the Scream Factory. This is from the Shout Factory box set sale they had recently.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And there's about 7 or 8 shows that I really, really want to own. And this is one of them. I'm glad I have this in the collection now.
Very nice.
I grew up on the fucking show. I fucking love it, man. I
did not make that fucking show today at all.
So I don't have a lot of TV series, but I'm gonna get into the 7 or 8 that I grew up on, and this is definitely one of them. So,
do they have a Sanford and Son one?
I have not. I'm sure they do. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure they do. I don't think Shout Factory put it out.
I remember when George Jefferson said zebra. That's all I'm going to say. And I looked at my grandfather, and he told me what that was supposed to mean. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, if you hadn't watched this show, I mean, this show probably could not be made today.
Sanford and Son.
Back when I was growing up, this was the shit. This was one of the best shows on TV. It lasted, I think 11 seasons.
Yeah, it went for a long time.
Man, to have all this whatever on physical media now, I'm so fucking excited. I'm gonna sit down and watch every fucking episode. I grew up on this shit, man. It's gonna be nostalgia, like crazy. By the way, I'm really fucking drunk. I'm struggling like a motherfucker right now. So just so y'all know.
No, you're doing good. You're doing good.
The last thing I got, whatever, was the fucking Superman 4K kiss my motherfucking ass. This bitch is badass. This fucking Steelbook collection right here. Y'all just bear with. I'm gonna show every one of these motherfuckers. This
crystals though. It needs those crystals.
This fucking Steelbook collection is one of my favorite things I have in my collection. I grew up. I'm a Star Wars kid. I'm a 70s, 80s Star Wars kid. But second to Star Wars, Superman, fucking Christopher Reeves. I grew up on this shit right here. I mean, right there. That's where it's at right there.
That's awesome.
I was in 5th grade when that came out, and this was one of the coolest fucking movies I ever seen in theaters.
Look at
back
that.
in the day. Dude,
You'll be from Zod.
Yeah, Zod back in the day was the shit. Richard Pryor. I love Richard Pryor, but this movie here is kind of acid juice compared to part 1 and 2.
I love that poster though, man. That's
still a great looking steelbook. This one here, I mean, come on, I shouldn't own this in my collection, but came in the box set.
It's awesome, man. Hey,
still a cool looking steelbook. This right here works out. This is the price. This is the price of admission right here.
That's my favorite one.
You got this. You got all the bonus features and this Action Comic first Superman steelbook. I mean, come on, man, this is fucking phenomenal right here.
Yeah,
I got a video on this. Y'all go watch the fucking video because nobody else has. But yeah, I fucking love this. Is one of my favorite things in my collection. I'm so glad I got this. So yeah, this is it's fantastic. Take me off the big screen because I'm struggling.
All right. No, you're doing good. That was good.
That's all I got. That's everything.
Oh, you know what? Hey, Brad, can you blow me up really quick? I got to show Pops one thing because I know he's gonna love this. How about a little Clark Griswold as Jason?
Yo.
Yeah, fuck you.
Chainsaw.
Where'd you get that from?
With the chainsaw. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's pretty badass right there.
I knew you would love this. This is Clark Griswold from A Christmas Vacation as Jason, basically.
That looks like the NECA mask from Part 5.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
He's got like the crazy eyes too, like going like this. Yeah, I knew you would like that. I just had to show that to you.
Don't tease him, motherfucker. Where'd you get that from?
Oh, that was from that was from Target. You know what though?
Oh, that's right.
It's a reissue from like years ago. I think it came out like 5 years ago or something. So it's probably, I don't know, you could go in your local Target and find it. I'm not sure. I only have
Target has some good NECA figures in it. Last time I looked, they had one of Hellraiser Pinhead. They had one of Freddy versus Jason and stuff like that. A lot of people says that's their favorite Jason NECA figure. Mine's Part 7, but yeah, they have some good ones there.
Yeah, that was the only one I saw at mine. Like I said, because it's a reissue. They brought it back, and then hopefully they'll bring it back again. Because NECA likes to take their time because all their stuff is so detailed and well put together that it takes a while for them to get it back out again.
Right.
But if I see it, it's got your name on it, man.
Oh yeah.
Jason says he just realized he's out of sync with the stream for 14 minutes. Yeah, that happens.
A little behind.
Yeah.
65.
I'm out of sync for like 15 minutes. Don't feel bad.
You're the disease, and I'm the cure. Yeah, absolutely. Trini said Best Buy sent me a $5 certificate about a week ago, and I still haven't found anything I want to buy. Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs with that.
Yeah, when I bought my new TV, I don't know, 6 months ago, whatever it's been, whatever. I got $300 in Best Buy reward credits, whatever the fuck you want to call it, whatever. And I just spent the last $75 on like 4 steelbook fucking pre-orders. The last 4 steelbooks I pre-ordered cost me $4 like 5 cents. After I used $75 in certificates.
That's cool though. At least those certificates came in handy.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of movies from those.
Yeah.
Yeah, 65 Jeffersons is a spinoff of All in the Family with Archie Bunker. Yeah, one of multiple spinoffs. They actually spun it off again with a show called Archie, where he ran a bar by himself. Edith dies.
Yeah. Yeah, All in the Family, man. That was a show that I definitely grew up on. My mom and dad was pretty much Archie Bunker and Edith. That was my mom and dad in a nutshell.
Mama's Family. I mean, those are great shows.
The relationship between Jefferson and Archie. They kind of don't like each other, but they kind of do.
Those are my childhood in a nutshell, man. That right there and fucking the Jeffersons, man. Yeah, Sanford and Son, fucking One Day at a Time. I'm watching One Day at a Time again right now on Tubi. And dude, I grew up on One Day at a Time, and they have all the seasons of that on fucking Tubi right now. And I'm eating that shit up right now. I'm like on season 2, episode 20 right now, and I'm loving it.
Carol O'Connor was kind of a television juggernaut.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, I mean, think about it.
Yeah,
he had In the Heat of the Night.
Heat of the Night.
Yeah. He played a lawyer too. He had a lawyer show.
Yeah.
Did he have an old man lawyer show, like a Matlock type thing?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I know Andy Griffith did. Andy Griffith was.
Remember In the Heat of the Night? I remember that show.
He was in The Heat of the Night. He's a lawyer in that. And then
Carl Weathers ended up being in that show In the Heat of the Night for like a minute. Replaced Tibbs.
Yeah.
And The Heat of the Night was a good show. Man. My grandparents always used to have that one on.
Training
still cracks me up. That still cracks me up. She's so good.
Man, George Jefferson was my fucking icon growing up, man. I love George Jefferson. Man. He was
Trini
so fucking
and Alan
funny.
are the same age, and Trini's from New York.
Yeah, me and Trini may be soul brothers. I'm not sure yet. Me and Trini may be soul brothers. We have a lot of the same taste.
Moving on up to the sky.
Jason says, I still go to Best Buy out of curiosity and self-destruction of sadness. My local movie section is now just one row. Dude, I travel a lot. And when I see a Best Buy, I instinctively go there like the zombies from Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Like I just go there because I'm used to going there and checking like, oh, it's a new Best Buy. I'm going to see what they got. And I go in there and every time it's the dystopic, fucking ruined
I'll tell you what, we only have one Best Buy in my local town here, and I hadn't been in there in a while. And the last time I went in there, they had like when you first walk in, they have the new release like little kiosk or whatever, and they had like one row of movies. I'm not gonna lie, I went in there on Thursday. I think it was Thursday afternoon after work. I stopped by there just to kind of. I had been in there in a long time, and they literally had an extra row of movies. They actually had 2 rows of movies, like full rows of movies on both sides, and they had like the sell items like on 2 different like cardboard little standees, whatever. They had the new releases on the front. They've actually added a second row of movies since last time I've been in there. So my Best Buy actually is showing more physical media than they were, I don't know, 6 months ago, last time I was in there. So that's kind of promising. But
I look forward to Black Friday every year with them, and they bring in titles for the Black Friday thing, and I love that.
They do for that.
When they bring in like the shippers and all that stuff,
Yeah, Holland. Yeah, he's got the constitution of a bull. He's fine.
Yeah, I'm struggling hard, guys. Y'all have no idea. I'm giving all I got right now, and I'm struggling hard.
Caveman says, was Archie before the? Yeah, it was before the Jeffersons, but the
Jeffersons
was
spun off. The Jeffersons were, I think, like the Miss Jefferson was like the maid of the Archie.
No,
Bunker's
they were
house.
next door neighbors. They were next door neighbors.
Yeah, they're next door neighbors.
Right. They were next door neighbors. But I thought that at one point, I thought that Weezy Jefferson was the maid for them. I thought, but maybe not.
They were her and Edith were friends.
Yeah.
That's right.
I know that Lionel, whatever their son, whatever, was always in the show, popping in here and out for different.
Yeah, they popped in, pretty regularly.
And by the way, there's some information nobody gives a shit about. Talking about zebras, whatever. You had the mix, the racial, the black couple, whatever. The next door neighbor's Tom and
that's what they call the daughter.
Yeah.
The mom of that couple, whatever, was the mom of what's that fucking singer, whatever? He's a popular singer. He was a few years ago.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
God damn, I'm drawing a blank now. But y'all help me out, somebody. He was the mom of that interracial couple from the Jeffersons, whatever, was
Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie's kid.
No, one no goddamn Lionel Richie. Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz's mom, whatever, was the mom of that interracial couple from the Jeffersons.
Dang, that's trippy.
Lenny Kravitz.
And George Jefferson hated it that his
so there's some useless
trivia
for anybody
to
still
like
up right now.
They did an episode of the Jeffersons, I think, when it went back. I think he owned a store or something like that, and it's like right after Martin Luther King gets assassinated, and you see the look on his face, and oh boy, it just says, here we go again. I just can't win.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, their relationship, and Trini's pointing it out, but Archie and George, like, they disagree on everything, but when they did finally agree on something, it was like the best thing ever on TV. Like, whenever they agreed on something, it was something horrible, and both the wives are like, no, you gotta separate them, Yeah, Jason, Archie Bunker's place. He opened a bar.
And it wasn't near as good as All in the Family, but it was. And I tell you what, man, back in the day, whenever Edith died, the episode where Edith died and Archie Bunker goes to the room and breaks down, it's one of the most emotional fucking scenes of any TV show to this day.
In the show, doesn't his daughter lose the baby? Wasn't she pregnant? I know he apologizes to her. She's like on the bed or something like that, and he breaks down. That's the first time you see, I think, his character kind of apologized to her. He says, "I'm so sorry." One of those situations is kind of tricky.
I don't remember that. I just remember the scene of him walking to the bedroom right after Edith died, and he breaks down, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah,
it was heartbreaking, dude.
Yeah,
as a kid, that traumatized me.
He's holding the slipper.
Yes,
he's holding her slipper.
Yes, you can find it on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube. Just type in like Archie Bunker, Edith dies, or something, and you'll find
it. You can end up on several watch lists by searching for Archie Bunker clips. So you better be careful.
It's like the scene from MASH. It's the same thing when what's his name?
There's not a lot of things Archie Bunker says that is politically correct for 2023.
It wasn't politically correct back then.
But he's such a lovable person, lovable bigot from the 70s. I would say he was the most lovable bigot from the 70s.
What I liked about it was both him and Jefferson were bigots. They both had their own racial.
And it was gold, man. It was gold. Back in the day, I mean, before everybody was so desensitized now, or were so fucking pussified, whatever you want to call it. Back in the day, it was gold. Yeah, it was gold, man.
Jason says Maude and Glory were both spinoffs. Yeah, I know there were several spinoffs.
I forgot about Maude. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
65 is asking if it was a Bud Light. No, it's a keto-friendly beer. It's what is it?
Keto-friendly.
Michelob Ultra. Yeah, that's the low-carb beer.
But this here is what I'm sobering up with. I've been drinking fucking old fashions all night. I've been drinking some kind of hardcore bourbon that my fucking doctor prescribed me tonight. My doctor got me drunk tonight, by the way. Yeah. Ryan, Dr. Ordinary, is my prescribed HMO doctor. He got me shit-faced tonight. I'm drinking these to sober up.
Trini says he was more of a Three's Company guy.
I love Three's Company.
Three's Company was good. It was good.
Notorious Murderers. What's going on? What classic TV shows do you guys think that will never make it to Blu-ray? Shit, all of them. You know?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They want to keep the next on my list that I really want to get is Miami Vice. I want to get the full season of a full series of Miami Vice. I need to have that in my collection.
They're out there.
Airwolf. Airwolf has a Blu-ray set too, and I love that show. It teetered off towards the end, but Airwolf was awesome.
I need to get the A-Team because the A-Team, my dad and I always watched the A-Team. Grew up watching that or whatever with him all the time. So I'd like to get the A-Team. I know there's a nice, there's a box set of it, so I'll probably pick that up when it goes on sale eventually.
Jason Warner, that's another good one. Trini, yeah, he was saying Lenny Kravitz.
Yep.
Scalder, from old U.S. TV shows, I saw that Finnish TV channels were showing. There are now some channels that show older shows here. I've missed a lot of the classics. Yeah, I would assume they're edited, man, especially like All in the Family. I don't know how they're going to show that in the.
Man, I'll tell you what drives me crazy is and this is another reason why I'm glad that I have this. I'm watching One Day at a Time, which is another show that I grew up on. And it's on Tubi, but you go through and you watch, like 7 or 8 episodes, and what I was doing is I was going on IMDb, whatever, and I was kind of just on there, just looking around for trivia and shit like that for all the episodes. And it would go to like episode 10. I'm on season 2 of All in the Family. Of One Day at a Time right now. And it would literally skip like 2 or 3 episodes throughout the season. And you look on IMDb and it was like these episodes are not on Tubi. It's like they would go and show like episode 1 through 5, 1 through 7, and then it would skip a couple episodes. It just wouldn't be on there.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I would like to get on physical media to have all the fucking episodes.
Yep.
And it's like, why would you have all the seasons for like 9 seasons of that show and just skip over random episodes? It just drives me crazy.
Because there was something in there that they didn't want to be affiliated with, most likely.
I guess. So it's another reason why I want to get the physical copy. So I want to get the full fucking series.
That happens on streaming networks. They do. Yeah. They'll leave episodes off that have material that they don't want in them.
And anybody watching this One Day at a Time, nobody's going to enjoy this. Nobody's going to like this. My kids walk in and go, "What the fuck are you watching?" Yeah. But I grew up on these shows. These shows are fantastic, man. I mean, this you got Schneider. Yeah. Schneider is the building super for fucking One Day at a Time. He's one of the greatest characters on TV. But like I said, I grew up watching this fucking guy. My kids now come in and see me watching this, and they fuck with me about it. But back in the day, I mean, Schneider people in my elementary school would dress up as Schneider for Halloween. Nice. It was a big deal. But like nowadays, my kids watch me watching this, and they're like, "What the fuck are you watching?" And it's like, it's shitty, it's terrible, but I have this nostalgia for it, And it's crazy. What's really crazy? Here's the interesting part. Nobody gives a fuck about this, but I'm gonna say this anyway. I just watched like season 2, episode 5 of One Day at a Time. Fucking Mark Hamill pops up as just as a side character for one of the episodes. It was 2 months before Star Wars came out.
Wow.
2 years before Star Wars came out, Mark Hamill was on an episode of One Day at a Time, and like 2 months later, he fucking started Star Wars, Luke Skywalker. So there's just shit like that. Whatever. This like I don't remember this because when this show came out in 1975. I was 4 years old. I watched the reruns on a lot of the early episodes. It went from 75 to 84. And I remember watching, the 80s episodes, but the 70s episodes, I probably watched on rerun. But I'm thinking to myself, this motherfucker came out, he was on one day at a time and on one episode, and then 2 months later he came out with Star Wars. So it's cool to watch these old shows and see these characters or these actors that are are nobodies, and then all of a sudden, boom, they become these big stars. So I don't know. It's something I enjoy. I'm an old fucking nerdy fuck.
Yeah, Trini saying Lenny Kravitz, yeah, from earlier.
Yeah,
65, Batgirl's daddy. It was Catwoman's daddy.
Catwoman's daddy, yeah.
Batgirl's daddy.
What's going on, man?
Hey, Indy.
What's up, Indy?
Yeah, they got they're extending that Batman universe. They're doing the Penguin movie, which is.
I thought that was a series.
It's a series.
Oh, it's a series. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With Colin Farrell, I just assumed it was a movie, but that'll be cool.
Yeah.
It's like the Pennyworth series that they did, which was interesting. I saw some of that.
Indy saying Bunker Breakdown was huge. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's one of those moments on TV. The other big moment on TV back in the day that I remember is the final episode of MASH. The final episode of MASH, where that was a fucking tearjerker, man. MASH was a great show.
Big, huge show.
Yeah.
Mick Pollitt says he lives in the city where they filmed the original Top Gun. We have one Best Buy, not bad on the physical media section, but physical media stayed the whole, in my opinion. The days are numbered. I mean, it's for sure. We don't know if it's 10 years. We don't know if it's 5 years. But it'll get into that vinyl section where it's like, the rare, the limited, the ultra sets will be just crazy money on eBay. So.
I think walking into Best Buy, Target, Walmart, buying physical media may be numbered, but I think these boutique labels
companies, they got some
now, I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. There's too much money involved in it.
Yeah. Like I said, we've got years left. Either way.
Yeah.
I appreciate the boutique companies like Versus, man. I mean, God bless them, man. They're great just doing what they're still doing, picking up these titles, too. Titles I did not think they would ever pick up. Like, it started with, that one 4K, and then just went on from there. And Roadhouse, I was really impressed with. I love that movie so much, and I was happy they released a special version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trini says the great thing about All in the Family and Jeffersons, they dealt with social issues at the time. Yeah, you got both sides of the argument, and then everybody kind of got picked on, and nobody threw a fit and ran away. They continued to have their discourse.
And something else great, and I'm going to go back to One Day at a Time, whatever it is. These shows were filmed in front of a live audience, kind of like Saturday Night Live. And if you watch these shows now, there's parts of the show, and there's one in particular I watched recently, whatever. Don't remember the name of the episode, but they're filming this in front of a live audience. It's like watching a live play. And there's times of the show where they break down and get tickled and start laughing and shit, and they can't control themselves. And you're watching this live, and you don't see that shit on TV nowadays. And
it's the first time I kind of heard laughter like that. Like, dudes would just crack up with laughter at what she would say, what Carol Burnett would say, dude, and they would have to stop. I could see that because it's done live, like you say, it's done live in front of a live studio audience. That's what they used to say at the end during the credits of every episode.
Yeah. And it's a different world, man. It's a different time than what you see nowadays. Because I don't watch regular TV now. I watch stuff from fucking streaming or movies.
Well, live audience thing. Carol O'Connor had Sammy Davis Jr. breaks down in front of Carol O'Connor's house in All in the Family or whatever. He ends up in his house, and the whole time Carol O'Connor is like, "Don't say anything about his eye. Just don't look at his eye. Just ignore it." And he sits down, and they're having coffee. He turns and says, "Would you like cream and sugar for your eye?" Right. The crowd loses it, and Sammy Davis loses it. But Carol Connor holds it together.
Here comes the judge.
Yeah. All in the Family, man, it holds a special place for me because, like I said, that was my mom and dad growing up. That was them. That show was them in a nutshell, and it's so much so that my older sister, who's 9 years older than me, her husband, whatever, my dad called him Meathead. Meathead is what Carol O'Connor called Rob Reiner's character in the show. He called him Meathead. And he called my dad, to the day he died, whatever, called my brother-in-law Meathead. And what's funny is even now, 2023, me and my wife, we'll sit there in the living room, you know, and I have my reclining chair, and we have 2 couches. We have a love seat and a couch, and my wife will sit. If she sits on the other couch, I'm like, man, what the fuck are you doing? You gotta sit in the either chair.
Yeah.
You know, I got my Archie Bunker chair. You got your either chair. You know, it's 2023. So that show has been a part of my life my entire life, and even 2023, it's still part of my life. It's still something that I think about. You know, so it holds a special place for me. All those old shows do. It's just like I said, nobody in this chat probably gives a fuck about what I'm saying, but it means a lot to me.
My dad's the exact same way as you, though. He's like, that's my seat on the couch.
We have a dog. We have a golden doodle, and if my wife sits on the opposite chair, that dog goes fucking crazy. This is the honest truth. If she sits on a regular seat, the dog will lay there and take a nap and not bother nobody. And it's like, no, you sit in your fucking chair so everybody can relax.
Yeah, everybody has like their seating. Like, this is where I sit. This is where you sit.
Yeah, it's an old person thing, but I'm telling you, one day you guys will understand.
Yeah,
it's too complicated for me.
It's I promise you, it's a thing. It's a real thing.
Yeah, Carl says what All in the Family wasn't edited, but there was a disclaimer on episodes. James Warner, Fred, and Esther arguing was pure comedy gold.
Fred and Esther.
I guess that was Sanford's son. I don't know. I remember.
Yeah, Fred Sanford and Esther. Yeah, you fish eye fool. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Fred Sanford. Here's my dog Spot.
Yeah. Sanford's son was another show that if my dad ever seen it on TV. He put the fucking controller down. He was watching Sanford's son. That was the shit.
Yeah.
My dad went to that box.
They find oil at the junkyard, and the guy comes out and says, "Oh, the oil is very crude." And Sanford goes, "Fuck you too." Nick B, you ever ordered from Sloppy Second Sales? I haven't. Tony has.
Tony has.
Blues. He's got some videos on their company. You want to check them out?
Yeah.
65 great steelbook on the prequel, The Thing, but not in 4K. No, it's a Blu-ray. Those Mill Creek and Walmart exclusives, they all seem to be Blu-ray. They got a good one of Miami Vice coming, the movie, on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Or Michael Mann one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah.
Trini, I have these shows that play 24/7 bootleg TV. Yep. Kalos says buy TV series. People, they will be the first to disappear and edited, if not controversial music. Oh, absolutely.
True.
They are editing them. Absolutely.
And I do not have a lot of TV series in my collection, but I'm fixing to fix that. Like, I got the Jeffersons in. I'm super excited. There's 4 or 5 others that I'm definitely getting soon. So I might have those in my collection in case that ever happens.
Well, something like The Sopranos.
Yeah.
That is not going to last.
Oz. You couldn't do Oz. There's no way.
Yeah.
Indian Phantom right there. One day at a time. Schneider for life. Schneider is probably one of the top 10 characters from TV ever. Schneider's a shit, man, and I'm falling in love with him all over again after rewatching the series now, man. He's such a great character.
When the coach character died in Cheers and they introduced Woody Harrelson, I mean, I'm like, oh, dude, it's like now with the movies he's done and all this other stuff, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caveman, I really want the Fall Guy to be put on Blu-ray. Anthony, I have the Black Man set of 18. Oh, cool.
Oh, that's bad.
Fall Guy was such a good show back
in
the day too, man. It's such a good show.
Simon and Simon.
Simon, man. Hell yeah. That was another good one.
Kal-El, dude, just crushing on Val Bernani.
Valerie Bartinelli. Yeah, Valerie Bartinelli grew up to fucking marry Eddie Van Halen. And she was married to Eddie Van Halen for years and then got divorced before he passed away. But yeah, Valerie Bartinelli was a childhood crush for sure.
Oh yeah.
She married Eddie Van Halen, married for quite a few years.
Indy saying Mark Hamill had the Willie Ames toll the 8. The role in the 8. 8 is enough pilot. Okay, it's on Tubi.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kal-El says Jason Warner the best until Martin versus Pam. Not sure. Scholar says he's seen All in the Family, not the spinoff, so the Jeffersons never seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Watch the Jeffersons, man. George Jefferson he's an icon.
Yeah, Kal-El, that's a hate crime. Trini, any fans of Allo British sitcom?
I'm not familiar with that.
Nope. Kal-El release Archie's Place complete series. I bet somebody will put that out.
Yeah, man, I liked Archie's Place, but it was one of those things where it just made you miss All in the Family.
Yeah, the band kind of broke up there. Jason Warner, the favorite Sanford and Son insult is Fred telling Esther that she's so ugly he could stick her face in dough and make gorilla cookies.
It's funny he said that because I almost said that a minute ago, but I didn't have the fucking energy to say it. But yeah, that's what I was thinking
There was
about.
one where he got a speeding ticket and he goes to court. And that is way ahead of its time. You're talking about he's like, getting this on me because I'm black and all this other stuff. And I'm like, dude, this is great. This is great stuff. It's like getting away.
Yeah, Red Fox.
Exactly what episode you're talking about too.
Everybody talks about Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy. Red Fox, man,
Red Fox was kind of like the Godfather to those guys.
Oh yeah, he was an inspiration for both of them.
He's like the black Rodney Dangerfield for comedians.
He is.
Still doing it late in his career, and they all looked up to him. But Skolder said, British comedies are huge in my country. Trinity people love British humor. Very popular there in Narnia. 55. This has to be a fake Blu-ray sloppy second sales, $9.99 limited run, Dogma $19.99.
I'm selling this on my eBay page right now if anybody wants it. I'll sell it to you for about 50% over cost.
It is a boot because that Blu-ray is really OOP for Dogma.
Oh yeah,
probably still a good one though. But I know, like I said, watch Tony's videos on sloppy second sales. He's actually watched their titles and bought from them before. Jason Warner limited run is only 3 burned copies. Yeah. Scholar talking about that British show. Black Adder may be my favorite British or even all favorite show ever. Yeah.
I've heard some good things about that. I've never watched it. I've heard some
a lot of broads in this country like those British TV shows. Not so much the men. Indie Phantom saw Red Fox live in Vegas with my dad 20 years ago. He ripped on us for a bit because we were the only white dudes down in the front row. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Eddie Murphy tells a story about Red Fox. He says every time we'd run into Red Fox would try to sell him something. Like if he was wearing a watch, he would say, "This is Elvis's watch. Elvis gave me this watch. You buy this watch for me, $10,000."
I actually see that. I see Eddie Murphy in concert here in our local civic center. Eddie Murphy came in concert. I was like in 8th grade, and it was a tour. It was none of his big when everybody knows Eddie Murphy Raw, Eddie Murphy Delirious, but this was one. It was called the Laud Have Murphy Tour. And it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Seeing Eddie Murphy live was awesome. It was pretty awesome. I still got the fucking shirt from that concert or whatever you want to call it. I still have that shirt, whatever. Of course, it don't fit me anymore. But but I got that shirt, whatever. It's pretty awesome. It's the Laud Have Murphy Tour. But that was Eddie Murphy is he's gold, man. He's comedy gold.
Yes.
People act like, he went somewhere. Yeah, he went somewhere. He made $1 billion. He stopped fucking working. That's what happened to him, Think about the Nutty Professor. That man played 8 or 10 roles in that fucking movie.
Dude, I don't give a fuck. When it comes to comedy, it don't get better than Eddie Murphy. I don't give a fuck what he's doing now. Eddie Murphy back in the day was where it was at.
Well, the Nutty Professor was a fucking phenomenon. Everybody saw that thing in the theater. It had to make $1 billion. He had to be getting points, And like I said, he got paid for every single role he played. He got residuals from every one of those roles.
Yeah,
so I'm sure he never needed to work again. Skolder, I think I'll be buying the Columbo series when Kino releases it.
I have the full Columbo series. Yeah, it's a great show, man. Columbo's
Peter Paul.
Yep.
Trini, we need an Oz on Blu-ray. Yeah,
Oz, that was on the original HBO series show, man. That show was so fucking good back in the day.
That's the first HBO series I ever watched.
I think it was one of the first HBO series that kind of started all the fucking everything else. I mean, Oz was where it was at.
It's prison when it's actually like what prison is. And I'm like, oh boy, I'm not going to do anything bad, dude. I ain't going to go to this place.
And go watch a fucking episode of Law and Order. Almost like 75% of the cast from Oz is on Law and Order now.
Yeah,
SVU. Yeah, Christopher Maloney.
Sopranos too.
Yeah. What's his name? The older dude that played the white supremacist. He was in that too. A guy who plays Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I got this on the Screen Factory site for like, it was in the $40-$50 range. It was actually on sale during the box set sale. So it was right around $40 or $50, give or take.
John
You can actually find it on eBay for right around the $40, $50 price as well. Look on eBay, you can find it right now for a pretty good price.
He says he's focused on his TV box set collection for almost 2 decades now. I've always liked the binge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anymore, man. If you're into these shows, you better have them on physical releases because
absolutely
you're at the will of the streamers.
Like, it's crazy, but I don't think Seinfeld has a Blu-ray set, which is fucking insane to me. I mean, that's a classic 90s comedy television.
Netflix,
Netflix
has the license right now.
Seinfeld
That's right,
was like a thing, and I don't think it has a Blu-ray set. I think it's only DVD.
Even with,
insane.
Even if it's teetered off, How I Met Your Mother, I would like a box set. That's the last really, I can say, like edgy type of comedy show I've seen. I haven't seen anything else that comes close to that really since the show ended. Really haven't.
65 said he got the complete 70s show on Blu-ray for $65 or for $10.
Oh yeah, they had that for like yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it was during there was something going on. Yeah, it was on Amazon for like like you said, like $10 or something. Yeah, it's a great deal. It's a fun show.
Toria's saying Fall Guys is getting rebooted into a movie with Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. I'm assuming he's saying he hates remakes of classic TV shows.
Yeah, leave that show alone, man. Fall Guy back in the day, man, it was so fucking good.
In the defense of remakes of classic TV shows, Equalizer was an old classic TV show that they made a badass movie with. So
Denzel Washington, right?
Yeah. Two badass movies. I like
third one's coming out too.
They got third one coming out.
Yeah, that looks really brutal.
You know, when he goes at the beginning of Equalizer 2, and he finds out that girl was raped, that he's like Ubering home, and then he goes back to like the hotel room where the guys are at, and they have that like fancy ass credit card that's like metal or whatever, and he just takes it and like fucks them all up with it or whatever. And the one guy's like such a pussy. He's like, "Oh, they made me do it. They made me rape her. I didn't want to be a part of it." And he's like, "Which hand do you want me to break?" or something like that. It was just such a badass moment. He's like, he either breaks his hand or starts breaking his fingers, to like punish him. He's like, you still got to get punished, man. It's so badass. I can't wait for the third one.
Kal-El says Richard Pryor wrote most of the first 2 seasons of Sanford Son. I can believe that.
Really?
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Caveman says Riptide, Starsky and Hutch, an awesome British TV series called Faulty Towers. If you haven't seen it, you need to.
Starsky and Hutch I've seen.
Harlem Nights is hilarious, Nick. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that was actually in my what did we do, Brad? We did a top 5 comedy stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in my top 5 comedy stream. I seen that in theaters, and I've never laughed so fucking hard. First 20 minutes of that movie is fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah, 65 Richard Pryor in Superman 3 is pure genius casting. His movie choices, like I liked Brewster's Millions. He didn't do
John Candy. That was great. And him and fucking what's his nuts from fucking goddamn, what was his fucking Gene Wilder? Him and Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder were great.
Oh
together.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were great together. Calladay, we need unedited seasons of Outer Limits from the 90s. I'm not familiar with that series.
I've heard of it, but I haven't really watched it.
I used to watch the Outer Limits from the 90s. Yeah, that was a good one.
65 says Critical Condition was Richard Pryor.
I've seen that in theaters. That was a good one. I mean, I don't know how it would hold up nowadays, but it was fun when it came out. And I think the Scream Factory just put that out. Shout Factory just put that out. Critical Condition, I think.
Calla says, Oz, AK, don't go to prison.
Yeah, don't go to jail.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons is great in it, and he had a really long career.
Yep.
That Adebisi character is a monster in that. It's very scary, dude.
Cal, Daily Damn Man, I missed that. Those eBay Jeffersons, mostly bootlegs. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Scream Factory or Shout Factory. It says Shout Factory on the. You probably can't see it, but it's on the side of the box there.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do another box set sale. You know,
Eventually, for sure.
You got 11 seasons on this, and the last disc, whatever, is season 11 and bonus disc. So I'd like to see the bonus disc to see what they got to do on the bonus features on that. Kind of excited to check that out.
65 needs that Clint Eastwood box set.
Yeah, like I told people before, if you ever see me do a video and that Clint Eastwood box set's not behind me, call 911 because somebody's got me held hostage. That box set will always be behind my fat head anytime you see me do a video. I guarantee you. It will never leave this room. My favorite thing I got in my collection.
Scolder says, these days, if I buy a TV show set, 90% chance that it is an HBO show. Yeah. I'm kind of a snob when it comes to TV. I'll admit it. I love the premium stuff.
My biggest regret is I had the Sopranos box set, and I sold it off when I started getting into the boutique stuff, just trying to make some money to get some of this stuff, whatever. And I definitely have to get the Sopranos set back in my collection. That and Breaking Bad are two of my favorite shows of all times. And I do have that Breaking Bad barrel set. You probably can't see it behind me here. It's right above the Clint set. But the Sopranos set I do need to get back in my collection again, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Great show.
It's one of the greatest shows ever made.
Yeah.
Tori says, well, Fall Guys is getting rebooted or hate reboots. Yeah. We talked about that earlier. Trini, buying TV shows on eBay is a no-no, too many boots.
Is there a X-Files box set on
Blu-ray? We got it right.
Yeah, there is. I think there is.
65, I'm still waiting for the $6 Million Man with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, that's right.
Is that a thing?
I believe it would be. It sounds right.
Yeah.
Andy says Heather Thomas from Fall Guy adorned my door in junior high school.
Yeah, I think Heather Thomas from Fall Guy was where I pretty much hit puberty for the most part. Yeah, she has some gravy on her fucking taters. Sure.
Stir crazy.
I've seen the first season of The Wire. Someone's making that question. I've seen the first season of The Wire. The second one, I'm not.
Yeah, The Wire. It made it 6-7 seasons. It's a good show.
I still haven't started it yet. But
you gotta stop fucking around and watch that.
I know. I gotta get on that.
65, Stir Crazy, and that train movie. Trini says, I leave my TV on reruns of Alf. The Alf show is so underrated, so funny. Hide your cat.
Yeah, I've never been an Alf fan. I remember when that show came out, everybody was fucking spooging over Alf, and I never was a fucking Alf fan. I don't know why. It just never resonated with me for some reason.
There you go, Trini. There's Alf.
Yeah, fuck Alf.
Caveman movies and more.
Why does your young ass have the Alf doll?
I used to watch Alf.
Did you really?
The animated show was pretty good that they had on the TV in the mornings.
Yeah. Alf never did it for me. I don't know. I never cared for it.
Caveman says Faulty Towers has a lot of Monty Pythons like John Cleese from Fish Called Wanda. Yeah. Jason Werner, Indy, poster reminds me of going to Spencer's Gifts in the late 80s. Oh, yeah. Spencer's all the way until they may even be now. They may still exist. I'm not exactly sure on that. I mean, malls pretty much don't exist anymore.
No. Sam Goodies are gone. Suncoast Video is gone. Yeah.
65. I can watch Breaking Bad over and over again and never gets old. Yeah,
Breaking Bad is my favorite show of all time. I love The Sopranos, but I think Breaking Bad is not number one for me. I fucking love that show.
Yeah.
Just the first season where he puts acid in the damn bathtub upstairs in that house, and I'm like, and sure enough, you just see it fall and fall. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
I love Mike Ehrmantraut in that show, man. He's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, it's there's nothing. I can't say one bad thing about that show. It's
Nip Tuck is a show I would like on Blu-ray. I'd like to own that series. I actually like Nip Tuck a lot. It's a dark series.
The FX dark TV shows like The Shield and stuff, they had a good run for a while.
Yeah, when Mike gives Walter that speech about half measures, how he doesn't do half measures anymore and stuff like that scene, man, it's one of the best scenes in the entire show. I love it.
Caveman, yeah, I've seen The Wire, man, every episode a few times. It's a good show. Indy, not familiar with the store. Jason got mine in Canada. Yeah, Spencer Gifts. It's just like an odd little store. They had posters and horror merch and movie merch and pins and all kinds of weird stuff in there, and like stoner paraphernalia and like just odd stuff, Simpsons stuff. 65 Great News Friday the 13th issues have been resolved in court. New reboot coming. I hope it's a sequel to the remake.
Wow.
It's the one that A24 is doing, I believe, called like Camp Crystal Lake, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
There's
see.
a TV show coming. I know that.
Yeah.
But if he's saying that they've resolved that in court and everything, that means we can finally get some new movies. That's what I care about. Honestly.
Right. In that universe. That's what I want. Just
As long as we get off the Halloween shit for a while, I'm good with anything at this point.
please.
Scalder says seen Alf live action and the animated series. Yeah.
Yeah. I grew up watching a lot of like Nick at Night, as a kid. So Happy Days,
too.
I love
Anthony.
the Andy Griffith Show, Jake Van Dyke. I mean, I watched
Mr.
a lot of
Ed.
the classic shows just through Nick at Night. Yeah.
Trini saying they still have Spencer Gifts. Oh, okay. Andy's saying Nip Tuck was wild, had like a slasher like storylines. That was almost like Dexter before Dexter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Carver. Yeah, you remember the Carver. Yeah. The Carver was a storyline in Nip Tuck.
Yes.
Allie, Breaking Bad, such a masterpiece. Gus Fring is my favorite character from the show. Giancarlo Esposito is fantastic. Yeah, he was great in it, understated and.
Yeah, I was sitting to work one day, and my son and his wife were on their honeymoon, and they had stopped by the fucking restaurant, whatever. They did the show from, whatever. It wasn't called Palos. What's the fucking restaurant called, the movie or the show? But they were at the restaurant where they filmed it. And he also sent me a picture of him standing outside of Walter White's house, whatever, in Breaking Bad. And I'm going, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at work on my lunch hour. He sends me a picture of him standing outside of Walter White's house on his honeymoon. I'm like,
there's tours all over that city in Albuquerque where you go to all that stuff.
But pretty awesome stuff.
65, all those FYE stores in San Diego closed down. They opened a new one, but they don't sell movies. Oh, damn.
Damn.
We caught up with the chat. It's bumping 3:30 in the morning. That's pretty much that's the cutoff. We're gonna hit the button. Thanks everybody for showing up. Alan's probably about an inch from just falling asleep in that chair.
Yeah, I'm struggling, but I'm hanging in there. I appreciate you running the chat tonight, bro.
Chris, thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Everybody in the
Chris.
chat. And we got some stuff cooking, and we'll be back with more shit later on.
Yep. Have a good night.
Yep.
Let's go. Take care.
Everybody